All right, go
God damn.
ahead. God damn is right. I think I'm a bit too. Okay. All right. God damn is right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. It's going to be one of those days. It's going to be one of those fucking days, man. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
AEW, bro. Oh, brother. Well,
They never end. They never end, these fucking guys.
no, it never does. It never fucking does. Good Lord, we got a lot of AEW news here today for you guys, man. We have a lot of interesting AEW stories as well as WWE stories. Obviously, we're gonna end you guys with the Survivor Series predictions. As oh god, yes, we're gonna start you guys off with AEW, man, because this is good god. What is going on, everybody?
Good
We're
lord.
back. Yeah, we are back with yet again another edition of NHP, another edition of the news. This is episode 242 of the news, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition, like I said, of the news. And yeah, man, if it's your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here after Monday Night Raw with Unscripted, and every Friday, we are on here at 4 p.m. Central with the news, man, as well as the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW. We are live directly after the show goes off the air with the official post-show review. We will be live tomorrow night with your Survivor Series, or Survivor Series 2024 official post-show review. Very excited about that, man. Very excited about that. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a banger show. It's going to be a banger review. And we will be live directly after the show goes off the air, like I said, with the official post-show review. But if you guys did miss this past weekend's, all of the shows from this past weekend, man, the full gear review, as well as this past Monday's edition of Unscripted, that is the return of Paul Heyman returning made War Games make more sense, man. We talked about the return of Paul Heyman, the inclusion of CM Punk in War Games, and how that made a lot more sense over Seth Rollins being the fifth man for War Games, man. So we talked about all that good stuff. That is episode 223. It was a Dynamite, an AEW list. Oh, we did talk a little bit about the C2, so I can't say AEW list, but it was a Dynamite list.
Mm-hmm.
Unscripted, man. It was one of the most enjoyable episodes of Unscripted I've done in a while. Not that Unscripted is not that Unscripted is unbearable, but some of those
No,
Dynamite shows are fucking rough to talk about, man. And you guys know.
dude. I'm not lying to you guys. Genuinely, I'm not lying. When I say my two least favorite parts of the week are watching Dynamite and then talking about Dynamite on Unscripted. Because, man, that show just fucking sucks.
It's atrocious, bro. Now they're going to have the leisure of leaning into the C2 to get get a lot more traction behind episodes of Dynamite. It's gonna make Dynamite's I guess a little better, maybe. I hope, because they're gonna have the C2 to lean into, and this is one of the times a year I'm okay with just a lot of bangers on the show, because it it's a round robin tournament and it makes sense. But even at that, some of the stuff that they do in between the lines, man. I mean, this episode of AEW Dynamite, it wasn't even anything about the C2 exactly, but to me, the energy in a Chicago AEW crowd, I mean, that was unlike anything I've ever seen, man. That was absolutely atrocious.
Oh, the energy was literally non-existent.
Yeah, I've never seen it that bad for Chicago in AEW. To my understanding, I don't even think I think they might have sold maybe a little over 2,000 tickets for that. I could be wrong, but I mean, regardless on how many tickets were sold, man, I mean the energy was just at an all time low. But yeah, I mean, good. I mean that show for me, man, especially after this Monday's Unscripted and just how much fun it was just to talk about stories, and sure, some things are negative. I know a lot of people don't like when you're negative about the product or whatever, but obviously there's negatives to talk about, and there's positives to talk about, but most of it is story centric, and we're just we're not discussing the company taking a fucking leap downhill. We're discussing things about
Exactly.
stories and what things that make sense in stories and things that don't make sense, and it overall was a really nice discussion. I enjoyed myself, man, and an AEW Dynamite list unscripted, man. It was a lot of fun, but if you guys did miss that, that is available for you guys on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Monday after Monday Night Raw with Unscripted, bro. So, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, man, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, as well as or yes, link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. Available on bonfire.com. Get your brand new piece of NHP merchandise today to go along with the rebrand of NHP with the official next chapter design that you see on your very screen, man. Again, that is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. That is bonfire.com. Yeah, man. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How the hell are you, bro?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just been chilling out, man. It was great Thanksgiving. Gotta ask you guys how your Thanksgiving was. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, man. And I did too, man. It was fun. Ate a shit ton of food, chilled out. It, it was simple, dude. It was simple. It was a nice, simple Thanksgiving, and it was a fun day, man. But this week was good, man. This week was good, and I'm excited for this weekend, man. I'm excited for tomorrow. We get War Games, man. I can't wait, and everything's been good, man. Everything's been good. Thankful for you guys watching, whether it's, live, in the replay, in the clips, for whatever platform. Thank you guys. So thankful for you guys. So thankful for the show. And I'm so thankful for you, bro. Gotta gotta be thankful for everything around you, man, and I definitely am. But it was a good Thanksgiving and I've been good, man. So good week, man. Good week. But like Durante, always ask, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How's everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing in the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, bro. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking as always, man. And yes, I'm doing good. Doing good, bro. To everybody, like Sir K said, man, obviously you see the little graphic below you. Yeah, hope you guys did have a great Thanksgiving, bro. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I had a pretty good Thanksgiving, man. It was a lot of fun. Ate a lot of good food, bro, as always. So, yes, it was awesome. It was awesome, man. And I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. And, yeah, I said it on Monday, bro, but always just remember to be present, bro, and around, especially, we should do it all year around, man, but especially around Thanksgiving time, man. Just remember to let the people that you're thankful for know that you're thankful for them, bro, because it really goes a long way and it can really do a lot for somebody, man. So always remember that. Always remember that. That's key thing that I try to live by. But in saying that, like Sir K said, bro, I'm thankful for all you guys, man. I really am. I'm so beyond thankful for the growth that the podcast has seen every year. Literally every year, man. As well as this one, man. This year has been one of our most um I think what am I trying to say? There's been the most substantial growth this year. We've took a lot of steps and jumped out of our comfort zone in a lot of way, and I'm very proud of us for that. I'm very proud of what we created. Um, um, and when I say we, I'm not just talking about me and Sir K, man. I'm talking about all of us. Because without
Mhm.
without you guys, bro, without you guys, we're still sitting here in front of zero people and not even looking at chat because I knew there was nobody in it. So without you guys and
Mhm.
it would absolutely be nothing. But that does lead me to Sir K, man. I'm very thankful for you, bro. Since you had to glaze me, I gotta come back around with it. But
Heck,
very thankful for you, bro. I always tell you, man, but I really can't. There's not many people on this. There's not many people on this planet that would deal with me being a prisoner of my own creativity like you are. So, um,
boy, are you.
so,
Never
so
say, man, I sent you a new thumbnail. I changed this one color on this one thing every time.
hey,
Never
bro,
fails. And it's beautiful every time, but fucking A, man.
it's got to be perfect. That's I don't know,
It does.
but
It does.
um,
And it already is, but
well, I don't know about that, but nonetheless, bro, very very thankful for you, man. Very thankful for you, and yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys so very much, bro. Thank you guys so very much for just for everything, bro. Thank you so very much for everything, man. And yeah. So hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, man. And yeah, again, bro, just very thankful for you guys, man. Very thankful for you guys, man. It's been I always say this, bro, but it's been this year personally has been a crazy year, bro. But you guys have kept me
mhm.
grounded and just always literally always been there, man. You guys got me through the year, came up crazy clutch for me, man. Just thank you so much, truly, from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. And with that, this episode just so happens to fall on Black Friday, man. So hope you guys are getting your deals, man. Hope you guys are getting your deals, and hope you guys are getting your deals and enjoying the Black Friday, bro. So this is the Black Friday episode of the news. What were you saying?
It is. Speaking of Black Friday, there's some people that still needs to send stuff, for the holiday season, man. So,
Yeah,
I wanted, yeah, there is. That
yeah,
never got
guys.
sent, man. So, there is. So, exactly.
So y'all got to get y'all shit together. Sir K wants y'all to send him some gifts. Okay.
No, no,
All
no.
right.
I need a certain person to send me the gifts that they want, but they know who they are because they're talking to me right now. But definitely, man, definitely. But happy Black Friday, man. Glad I don't got to be at the unfun job on this day.
Very true. So,
Fuck
th-
that.
so this is a public service announcement to Flex. Send him the gifts, bro. Send him the gifts.
And you too.
Me.
Hmm.
Nah, that's good.
Nah, it's good. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
well, anyways, man. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, yes. So if you guys did, so yeah, hope you guys got your deals, man. I hope you guys are still continuing to get your deals. So, yeah, man. So, anyways, as Durante always asks, I'm good. Family's good. What about you, Durante? Logan Bell, everybody here live, and my guys in the replay mafia, JT, JB. How are you guys doing? As always, and thank you guys so very much for joining us today. And now that we are done rambling, man, man, oh man. So yes, again, man. Happy Black Friday, happy Thanksgiving. So thankful for all of you, man. So thankful for all of you. Can't say it enough. And yes, thank you guys just so much, man. Thank you guys so much for the OGs that have been here and for the new people that are just coming along board. Thank you guys so very much and welcome to the family, man. So, ah, well, I want to acknowledge Miss Bell for a second here as I fix my back pillow. Um, she says, I wonder if Ricky has been on the phone with CM Punk and Andrade asking them how they got out. She says TK is a coward. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry, not the biggest fan of GCW, man, but he really couldn't just call Brett Lauderdale. Because he's going to continue to allow AEW wrestlers to work Bloodsport. Because if Tony Khan was scared of Punk putting Jack Perry in a headlock, the fuck does he think Josh Barnett will do to him if he doesn't?
Like, oh man, Bell.
That's hilarious.
People wonder why Punk did what he did. It's the only way out. Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him for what he did. He had to lunge at the boss. Cause fucking hey.
Well, man, obviously I'm not going to sit here and defend, I think Tony Khan did the right thing, but in saying that, I also think
Yeah,
that might have genuinely been a part of CM Punk's plan, because the way Tony
I think
Khan
was.
goes about these guys, and the way, man, I'm telling you, bro, the way he goes about these guys leaving, Punk might have genuinely been like, dude, this could genuinely be the only fucking way out. And I honestly feel if Punk wouldn't have did what he did and jumped right over to WWE, I feel Tony Khan might have let a lot of people go.
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, but
Okay.
excuse me, but
CM Punk did it.
the fact, I think Tony Khan genuinely thought he wasn't going back to WWE, and I actually think it might have sent him into a frenzy when he fucking showed
I
up
think it
at
did.
Survivor Series.
I think it did, man. I think it did. I thought he was. I think that he thought that Punk was just going to be done with everything, maybe return to AEW in a year or two. And no, he said, fuck that. I want to go work for someone else. I want to do this. I just don't want to do it under you because all these many reasons. And I think Punk knew that he was never going to let him go. Just let him go just like that. And he did what he felt like he had to do, and it worked at the end of the day. And is is Tony Khan, was it a good decision for him to do what he did? After he did that, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what being a boss is. But being a boss isn't holding on to people's contracts so they don't go to the competition. It's boosting your show up.
Wait, hold on. My headphones just like to shut off, and then it disconnects your audio. My bad. Hold on. Okay. Hunter, what's up? Okay. All right. Speak.
Okay,
Okay,
what
you're
was the
back.
last thing? What was the last thing that was heard?
Pretty much just right about just before I said hold on.
Oh, okay, okay, so mostly everything. But yeah, man, it's just a horrible way of going about things, man. You would think instead of, just holding people hostage, you would just boost the quality of your show so they don't want to leave in the first place. And the ones that do leave, it's not that big of an impact because not only you got people, but you got the means to make them just as important as the person leaving. But no, that's not what Tony Khan does.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely, man. Belle says she feels awkward, man. Belle can't be thankful for us because she's from the UK. What is going on?
Like,
This is ridiculous. This is
come
absolutely
on.
ridiculous, bro.
You guys have to have some Thanksgiving equivalent holiday.
Yeah. You
You
should be
guys got
thankful every day.
exactly. Thankful every day, man.
Um, you know, Belle says she thinks he was burnt by Cody leaving for WWE. She says CM Punk just rubbed salt in the wound. I think he was butthurt about Cody leaving, but he deals with Cody leaving better. Like, I feel, because like you see like a lot of these guys, like they'll like at the media scrums, like next to sitting right next to Tony Khan. They did it at the Full Gear one. Somebody had just
Mhm.
blatantly mentioned Cody Rhodes'
Cody. It
name.
was Garcia.
But if you notice, bro, nobody ever fucking speaks of
Ever.
CM Punk. And I think the reason
No.
it bugs him so bad is because Cody's removal, regardless of what happened, was rather peaceful, right? They sent out a
It
press
was.
release. Cody thanked AEW. He even still kind of reps the AEW flag because he's proud of where he came from. I think because of the fact the Punk breakup was so bitter. It was so bitter just because of all the fights and the drama and just everything surrounding Punk. I mean, you guys remember, this guy was in the fucking thumbnail for us with a new piece of drama like 7 weeks straight. And for
Mm-hmm.
him, and for him and for it to end so bitter, and for him to also be their top draw, for all that to go around. And like I said, I genuinely think in Tony Khan's mind, he knew he knew CM Punk was not going back to WWE. He knew it. He knew that
Yeah.
WWE would never take him back, and when it happened, I think it fucked him up. And ever since then, you see a lot of this petty bullshit that we're seeing
Mm-hmm.
now, that we're about to get
It's
into.
well, literally that's the fucking whole fucking circle of this fucking news episode, man. The whole circle of AEW news as of late is just him freaking out. People believing, man, CM Punk really, he broke him. He did.
Wow.
Oh man, that was a legendary news run, Bell. Literally for like,
Oh,
it was either Punk or McMahon. It was
yep,
either one of the two
yep.
every week. It was insane news run.
It was Vince coming back, or Vince is controlling in the weeds, or whatever they fucking said at the time. There was some.
Movie.
He's gonna be in the. He's not gonna be there, but he's gonna be in the weeds. And then it was Punk fighting somebody. AEW putting Punk on ice, which seems to be a common fucking theme with Tony Khan and his communication. Which I wanna, now that I mentioned that, and we mentioned it last week with Danhausen, and now it's popping up again with Ricky Starks, bro. It's just,
Like, dude, just
uh,
let people go. It's okay.
you don't want to communicate with these guys. The only way you communicate with them is to approve indie dates. You don't want to use them. You don't want to, but you're paying them. And we said last week, bro, it's such a fucking head scratcher, because for Tony Khan, man, it's like he wants to bring all these guys in, but he also wants to hoard all these guys. It's like, if you don't like these guys because of a place there that you think they're going to work for, why are you paying
It's
them? It's the biggest
I,
waste of money ever.
exactly. You might as well stop paying them, let them go, and put that money into a better show, into better production, better creative, all this, all that. You're being petty, and it's doing nothing but harming you. I don't get it.
Ricky Starks, man, he did this interview with Chris Van Vliet.
Ah,
And this was a very, I guess the word I would use is professional. This was a very
mm-hmm.
professional interview by Ricky Starks, man. I mean, Chris Van Vliet, I love Chris Van Vliet, and I love a lot of his interviews, because when he's faced with the task of interviewing controversial people, whether it's because of them or the company they work for or their status in the company they work for, he's very, I guess you can he's very honest, okay? He takes things very head on, as many might say. And he's not afraid to ask questions that are blatantly obvious. Chris isn't the kind of guy to sit there and interview Ricky Starks but not ask a single fucking thing about what happened with he's not that kind of guy. He'll jump right into it, and and that's exactly what he did. He jumped right into it. He asked Ricky straight up, "Where are you, dude? Why are you still with AEW? What is going on with you in AEW?" He basically just asked Ricky, "What's your status in AEW?" The shit that this man went on to say, I think made people feel even more worse for him, because he basically just went on to say, he said in a roundabout way, he does, he have his speculations, yes, but at the end of the day, he's not going to say them, because it's not going to make the situation any better. And in fact, depending on what he says, it might make the situation worse. That was basically along the stuff that he said, man. And he basically just talked about how sitting at home has been a huge mind fuck for him, and he's 34 years old and he doesn't want to fucking sit at home. He even said he would like to come back to AEW. After they did him how they're doing him now, he even said he would still be down to come back to AEW.
literally. And all I see on fucking Twitter is just, oh, he's rejected. I've heard he's rejecting storylines. Like, no. First of all, I haven't heard that at all.
He said it.
I think they're
He
confused.
even said it was false.
Yeah, he said it was false. I think what they're doing is they're confusing what happened with Miro with what's happening with Ricky Starks. I remember Miro was rejecting shit, but it was because they would want to like have like a single program with Jericho and lose or something. Like I would probably fucking reject that too. I'm sorry, but like, dude, Ricky Starks, he's one of the most fucking. He was one of the most for AEW work his ass off guys. What do you mean he's rejecting shit? No, he wasn't.
Yep, cuz we had brought to you guys a long time ago. This might have been back in the summer that Ricky denied doing a Big Bill breakup story. And Ricky
Yeah,
even addressed that in the interview and he said that was false. I've never rejected anything.
yeah,
Um
he hasn't.
and the company basically, about a year ago, about 2 years ago at the end of 2022, we were bringing you guys a similar story with CM Punk. We said the same thing last week with Danhausen. It basically just sounds like they fucking put him on ice. It's just like,
Yeah,
dude,
mm,
all of these fucking problems can be solved with communicating to your what. Why is non-communication and honestly, I want to highlight Bell's comment and saying Tony Khan is a coward. It fucking sounds like it. It sounds like, dude,
mm,
how are you a boss but you don't want to have communication with nobody? That's
that's
like,
that's the whole point of a boss is to secure communication between every part of your thing, whether it's fucking whether it's a wrestling company, a media company, a fucking retail store. It's literally your whole job as a boss. Your whole point is to make sure everyone communicates with each other well, and it's a flowing machine. That's your whole point of existence in your role.
see,
It's like
I mean, this
it's
is
the point.
and we always say the famous line of who does that sound like, bro? But I mean, come on. I mean,
It's
what
it's literally fucking Tony McMahon, dude.
what fucking made WWE in their in the at their peak of shit? What made them so unbearable, bro? Because there was no communication, either that or there was too much communication to the point where and when I say too much communication, I mean Vince McMahon wants something new every single week and nobody fucking knows how to make anything work. What does that sound like? Tony Khan with his stories look at the
Yeah,
Adam
every
Cole
week.
and MJF stuff. Every fucking week they're going a different fucking direction with the story. One week this guy wants to get involved. The next week he doesn't want to get involved. Oh, now he wants to fucking get involved again. This guy's a babyface. Oh, next week he feels bad. Oh, this week he doesn't feel bad anymore. Next one week this guy fucking loves America. The next week he's fucking getting his ass rubbed in the fucking massage chair. And then the next week he's a despicable heel. Now he's teaming with Don Callis and he's fucking what the fuck? I mean, what does that
Dude,
sound like, bro?
dude, this Adam Cole and MJF stuff is literally the most McMahon story ever because
Fuck.
every week, like you said, it's different. It changes every fucking week, dude. And that's what Tony Khan does. He's just, oh, okay, I want to do this instead. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Um, it's like he doesn't have a team, and he like brags in a way every fucking like media scrum that like he doesn't have a day off. He loves to work. This, dude. It's a detriment to your company. Get a team. The whole point of a team is to make it better. It's not to lessen your load, it's to make the show better. You could still work your ass off. That's okay. Um, but you get a team because eh, no matter what, one person is just gonna forget something at that point. If you're doing that much shit, you're gonna forget something. But if you have a team, they remember this. They're in charge of that. They're in charge of that. And then you know what you know. Y'all come together. Everything runs smooth. That's why you have a team. He's for every fucking media scrum he's bragging. I'm having a day off in 5 years, dude. That's not a good thing. It's not a
It
good thing.
shows.
Trust me. Mm-hmm. It really shows by your product.
Yeah. Oh, that other shit, man. About and then Ricky went on to talk about how somebody in AEW texted him after Royal Rumble of 23 and said something about this this isn't a that's not a good look. And
I,
Ricky I guess had said back to him something along the lines of well, we fucking have NXT talent backstage every other week, so what fucking difference does it make? He's there to support his friend. I mean, are we
it's
serious
that
right now?
simple. I don't think it was Jericho Bell because he's been on like Stone Cold's podcast while employed and shit. He doesn't really trip about company crossovers or mentions and whatnot. I feel like it's just one of those nobody guys in the back. He
Yeah.
said it's a higher up, but I feel like to the fans it's like a nobody guy. Like fucking I don't know, I feel like it's just someone you would hear. He would like reveal the name and you're like, really? That person cares that much? I feel like it's one of those.
Could be.
But
Could be,
like, how
bro.
is that a bad look? He's with his friend just hanging out.
Bro
That's
got
it.
leaked.
So
It's not like he was
it's
fucking on IG Live, hanging around the ringside area. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna enter the Rumble match. He's holding up his phone and shit. Or should I go out making
no,
jokes and shit? Bro, he got leaked. Like,
no.
what?
It was security camera footage that someone probably sold to one of these dirt sheets guys. It probably is Dax. It probably is Dax.
Man. Um.
Like,
Man. Vinny, bro. I love the comment. Vinny
Vinny.
says,
Ooh,
doing Tony Khan certain instead of communication with his Uncle Dave, he should communicate with his wrestlers instead. You would fucking think, bro, because what did we like going like, we keep mentioning all this brawl out stuff, bro. Going back to that, I know I'm gonna rile up the AEW fans just by the mention of, those three syllables, CM Punk. What did we always say could have fixed that whole thing? Communication.
communication. You just had to communicate with that whole CM Punk situation would have never happened if your company had good communication with itself, with everything, with everybody. It would have never happened. You would have heard about that drama in the first place. You would have fucking had everyone get together, squash the bullshit, and that's it. That's all.
As
That's all
soon
it
as
would have been.
as soon as I fucking seen Cole Cabana curtain jerking, waiting for fucking CM Punk to come back so he could try to talk to him, just for Punk to tell him he doesn't want to talk to him without his lawyer present. As soon as I seen that happen, you remember that story, bro? as soon as I
I wish I
as
could have seen that.
Oh, bro. Yeah, since we're leaking security camera footage, can we fucking please leak CM Punk telling Cole Cabana I'm not gonna speak to you unless my lawyer's present? Bro,
That is the greatest thing ever.
it's greatest line ever. But anyways, as soon as all jokes aside, bro, as soon as I heard rumblings of the elite having a fucking problem with CM Punk, I would have sat them all down, been like, yo, what this
It's,
is
it's
and it's not even to let anybody hash out their grievances because a lot of times in those scenarios you're just gonna get a lot of finger
make
pointing.
it
If
work.
I was Tony Khan,
Mhm.
I would have let one side speak, I would have let the other side speak, say what they gotta say, and then I would have been like, okay, y'all said what you gotta say, you said what you gotta say, this is what we're gonna do. We're not gonna have any fucking problems. This is a company. We're here to make money. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Facts are facts, and Punk's is our biggest draw. You guys are some of our biggest stars. We're going to work together and we're going to make a lot of fucking money out of this. And everybody's going to shut the fuck up and deal with it. But no,
It's
that's
that
not how it was
simple.
handled.
No, it's not. And the worst part, at the end of the day, it's not even like Tony Khan's fault because of the communication, because it is. It's Tony Khan's fault in the first place because he was the one who stopped using Cole Cabana when CM Punk came into the company.
Yep.
And it caused that whole drama because, Punk thought it was the elite, and then someone leaked that it was the elite when it wasn't the elite. It was all Tony Khan. Everything that happened with CM Punk is Tony Khan's fault. Is because he was a bad boss at that time.
Yep.
Very bad boss, and was not doing his job. That's all his fault. And yeah, the elite ended up being babies about a bunch of shit. CM Punk was kind of a baby with the hangman stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone was just being immature. It got to a point where everyone was being immature. But at the end of the day, it's completely Tony Khan's fault. Completely.
And what could have solved that, bro, was fucking
Yeah.
communication.
Just be like, hey, I'm not using Cole Cabana that much because, he's not that fucking good. He's a fucking low tier fucking low card guy anyway, so I probably would have never hired him. But that's just me. But I'm sorry he's your friend, but just because he's your friend doesn't mean he's gonna get a job. And just because he's CM Punk's enemy doesn't mean he's not gonna get a job. I'm just not gonna work with him right now. I don't have nothing for him. He's not a draw at the end of the day. And I got two draws trying to argue over a non-draw. That's not gonna happen in my company. Like, what the fuck? Literally,
Damn.
dude, all of this for
Damn.
Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana. You, I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, bro, a lot, a lot of this shit, a lot of this shit could have been so easily solved, man. But honestly, bro, those are just some of my thoughts on Ricky's interview, man. I mean, it was a great listen, and Bell does bring up how, Chris Van Vliet as well as Ariel Hawani are some of the best
Are you
ones
real?
that,
Mhm.
yeah, and even with Chris, I don't even remember the last time we seen Chris at an AEW scrum because his questions
Yeah,
are a little too fucking real, I guess. I don't know, but I know a lot of people hate Chris. I don't know why, but
I don't get that.
because well,
He's
it's
real.
yes, that's exactly why. It's the same reasons they hate Ariel Hawani is because he just asks legit questions.
Real ass questions.
But yeah,
Oh, it'd
man,
hate me if I was in the media scrums, man. Fucking A.
yeah, yeah, we definitely wouldn't be invited back for sure. But
Ever.
but yeah, bro. I mean, it was a great listen, but at the end of the day, man, it just really makes you feel bad for Ricky Starks, and obviously, it really goes. It takes and you know, it's taking a toll on his mental health, man, and you hate to fucking see that, man. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, I don't really think Tony Khan cares too much about that, which sucks for Ricky. It sucks for Phoenix. It sucks for Wardlow. It sucks for a lot of these guys, bro, because their careers have to get put on halt because whether it's because Tony Khan doesn't like them or he's trying to spite WWE or both. I don't know what it is, but either way, he's punishing them. Because WWE is going to move on without some of these guys either or, so he's really
Mhm.
doing these guys a major disservice. These guys, by the way, who've really stuck their neck out for him, I think, and really tried to come up huge for AEW a lot of the times, man, and they're getting fucked for it, and that just
Yep.
that's just horrible to me, man. It is.
It really is, dude. All these guys that are having their fucking contracts fucking frozen or extended or whatever, they were all guys that worked their ass off for the company and sacrificed shit for the company. And at the end of the day, they got nothing out of it, dude. And it's so annoying because all these fans always, oh, what are they doing for the company? No, why would Tony Khan do good for someone that doesn't have doing good for him? Dude, all these people did good for him and they got nothing out of it. So why would anybody else do it? Tony Khan setting a bad precedent for himself. Like,
Yeah, and I especially do not understand the what are they doing for the company thing, because AEW is just historically, bro, or just speaking off the past, and what has transpired, not even even the recent past, bro, but just speaking off what we know of AEW is historically fucking bad at promoting,
oh,
you
they're
know
bad or horrible at it.
I mean, a lot of times with AEW, man. I mean, I don't even know where the fuck the next Dynamite's at, or I don't
They're
even
all,
half the time I don't even know where they're fucking paying. I just found out where World's End was in Orlando, or at least I just
yeah,
remembered, because they're just
they
horribly
don't.
fucking atrocious at promoting.
They're horrible at promoting. Like when you were joking about it the other day for their the Australia show, which we also have news for. They were sending fucking Big Show out to fucking promote the goddamn show. What? Bro, you have actual talent. Send actual talent that people want to care to see to promote these shows.
Yep.
What are you doing sending Big Show out there for?
Yeah, I mean, send Tony's a good one. Do you send Tony? Send House of Black because it's not like one of the members of the group is fucking from Australia. Send Swerve Strickland to
No.
promote the show. Send Bobby Lashley to promote the show. Send Adam Page. Um, send these guys. Send these fucking guys to promote the show, man. But so I see that a lot, and I don't get that argument, bro. Because most of the dude that does most of the promoting for AEW is Tony Khan. Dude, send your talent.
Like, I don't care about what Tony Khan says. I care about what the fucking guy I want to see says. Like, dude, Tony Khan hears the word promoter and be like, okay, so that's my job. I just gotta promote the show.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Jesus, I don't know why my headphones keep doing this. Good lord. Okay, Tony Khan hears the word promoter, and that's all he thinks he has to do. Keep going.
Yeah, and Tony Khan hears the word promoter. Oh, so that's my job. Okay, I gotta solely promote the show. Okay, like no, dude, you have a great roster that people do care about. Send them out. Make fucking advertisements with people, with celebrities from that city or country or whatever. Do something, dude. Like, dude, the Bad Blood promotion was phenomenal this year for WWE. We were getting that fucking Cody and Metro ad fucking like 4 months before the show. Like,
Mm-hmm.
dude. That's how you fucking promote a goddamn show.
Look at Elimination Chamber in Perth, the one in Australia. Rhea
Mhm.
Ripley and fucking Dominic were hanging out in Australia in like November, just
Yeah,
doing shit to promote the show. Like it doesn't make any sense to me, bro. And I mean, look at when Punk was in AEW. How much media did you see CM Punk doing?
like you have CM Punk, dude.
Or even look at like the SummerSlam media they did this past year. Did you see Triple H out on the fucking floor taking questions? No, it was Braun Breaker,
No.
it was Punk, it was Rollins, it was Drew, it was Cody. Obviously, he's one of their biggest promoters of the show. Um, I mean, it was these guys, man. I mean, you don't fucking see Triple H and Nick Khan out there talking to Ariel Helwani. Like, promote the fucking
No.
show. So when they and like I said, I do see that argument a lot, and that's the most ridiculous fucking argument to me in the world, bro. Because again, at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, they're historically bad with promoting. So I'm sure if you sent these guys out to promote, they would fucking do it, but they don't do it for anybody.
No, they don't say like everyone in AEW, if you want to get a job done, you gotta go the extra mile to actually get that job done. That is not how a company should be ran.
Why the fuck aren't we seeing Swerve Strickland hanging out in Australia to promote the show? Bobby Lashley. Again, we've seen Tony Storm and Paul White, but what the fuck is Big Show doing out there, bro? I mean, what? Um, I mean, it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. But
No,
anyways,
I really.
Ricky Starks. What is going on with Ricky Starks, man? Okay. Well, according to Fightful Select, I gave my opinion a couple weeks ago. I thought they added injury time onto Ricky Starks' contract because that's what it sounded like to me. I was wrong, pretty close, but I was close in the sense of the adding time. Well, Bell says, my bad, Bell. She says, get this. They sent Paul White and Tony Storm to Australia to promote the show, and Tony is continuing I'm retiring act, and all we know is Paul White is retired. That
Literally,
exactly.
you send technically in kayfabe two retired people to promote the show. Like, ah,
That's that point point proven. I mean, what? Come on, bro. I mean, that's just
Like, dude,
that's laughable. That is
alright,
fucking laughable.
big
Yet,
show. Good.
yet we get comments saying, you know, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Well, it fucking sounds like Tony Khan doesn't know what the fuck he's doing either. So,
No.
okay. So back to Ricky Starks, man. Like I said, my guess was injury time was added on. My guess was wrong. But there was time added on regardless, because according to Fightful Select, numerous AEW sources have stated AEW had a 1-year option in the spring of 2024, which they picked up. Those spoken to said that prior to the option being picked up, Ricky was hoping to test the free agency market. And also, according to Fightful Select, Ricky Stark's current AEW contract now goes into the spring or summer of 2025.
Dog. Yeah. Really?
So,
Yeah.
so, so, so Ricky was up in the spring of 2024 or 2020, spring or summer of 22, or spring of 2024. And what really scares me now is that when his actual contract comes up in 2025, they could possibly add on injury time, because again, back in the earlier days of back just a couple years ago, Ricky was out for a minute with some sort of neck injury.
He
So
was.
it makes me skeptical. Are they going to, once spring of 25 comes up and his actual contract date is up, are they going to hit him with injury time then? I could absolutely see it. And this is, man, uh dude, this is this is fucking laughable, bro. This is fucking laughable. You know damn well you picked this dude up because you heard the rumblings of him wanting to go to WWE. And to me, in my opinion, that is why you picked Ricky Starks up, is because you heard rumblings of him going to WWE. And again, why see, if I'm Tony Khan, if I really feel strongly about Ricky Starks and I hear he's going to go to WWE, I say, oh shit, well, I'm going to pick up this year option and I'm going to show him why he
I'm
should
gonna use the
stay
fuck out of him.
with AEW.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? If you don't want to show him why you want him to stay with AEW, clearly you don't want him in AEW that bad if that's the case. So fucking let him go.
Like the Tony Khan method, it makes no sense, dude. You're holding these people for nothing just to be petty when it does nothing but bad for you and your company. Bro, if you want to keep the guy, keep him and use him and make him want to stay. That's how you do that. And if you don't want to do that, then why are you keeping him? You're just making your own company look bad. If you just let him go and you find a new talent or build up a new talent in that place, your company will be fine. I really don't understand the Tony Khan method because it obviously doesn't work. It's the most nonsensical thing ever, so I don't get why he tries it.
I don't get it either, man. Again, you have blatantly picked up Ricky Starks for another year to not use him, to keep him away from WWE because you are insecure about losing talent to WWE, which you continue to bring in talent and bring in talent and bring in talent. Clearly, Ricky Starks wasn't that big of a fucking deal to you, so fucking
Yeah.
let him go. You're halting his career, you are wasting his time, and you are wasting your money. I don't get it.
hmm I really don't understand the Tony Khan method, dude. It doesn't make fucking sense.
Ricky Starks was doing indie appearances, and one of which being GCW. And also, according to Fightful Select, Ricky Starks has actively been pulled of his upcoming planned GCW appearances by AEW, according to GCW sources. And this is off the back of one of their talents saying something about Tony's dad or something about them and the Hammerstein, them taking the Hammerstein ballroom, so close to their show. Tony, you're getting mad at something that one guy has to say, and I get family talk. Family talk is personal. That's personal, man. I might get why that might upset you, but at the end of the fucking day, bro, I'm sorry to tell you, half of your roster probably makes those comments as well. Now again,
Oh, what?
they're not again, now they're not saying it publicly, but at the end of the day, who gives a fuck what Effie has to say about your show? I mean, who cares?
Exactly. Like who cares? You, at the end of the day, as long as you make sure your show is better than theirs, who the fuck cares? Why are you fucking getting angry about anything? Do your job, make your show the best it can be, and that's all you got to worry about. You'll make your money, people will like you, the fans will like the product, and that's all you want. Like, I don't understand why this one thing that a guy on a roster said is making him trip out so much. It's sad. It's childish. He we make the child analogy for Tony Khan, like with the his toys and all that. It's true, dude. He's a spoiled rich kid.
you know, I could see if, Brett Lauderdale said something that you didn't
Yeah,
like and you're like, all right, well then I'm not going to send my guys to
you
work
want
with you
to
anymore. That's
do
whatever,
business.
bro. This is a random fucking guy that I have never even heard of until right now. Effie. Who the fuck is Effie? And why are Effie's word? If anything, just tell GCW and Brett Lauderdale, I don't want my guys to work with him. Similar to when, I don't think he does it anymore because they sort of just grill him, sort of when he went on Busted Open after Bully Ray made those comments about John Moxley needing to apologize to the fans for, his alcoholism, and Bully Ray said something along the lines of he needed to apologize to the fans. Tony Khan was going on Busted Open, but he was telling them he doesn't want to be on there if Bully Ray is on there. I don't understand why you couldn't have just had, your guys not work with Effie, because it seemed like Ricky Starks might have been building to something with Matt Cardona, and you just
Yeah,
ruin that and
for no reason.
ruin more fucking work for the guy. I mean, uh, what? Just fucking let him go, man. I mean, it's just so stupid, bro. So childish, so stupid. If anything, like I said, just fucking have your guys not be allowed to work with Effie. Who gives a fuck what Effie says? Like, and again,
Like,
not
I,
saying not saying that it's right or wrong, bro, but I'm sure half of your fucking roster says the same shit about he makes jokes about his dad and shit. Not saying it's right or wrong, but it is what it is, bro.
people. That's an element that people are gonna, bring up, make fun of you for, whatever. Dude, oh well. Just do your job and prove them wrong. Make more money than them. But like, it's the thing of like, why do you care that? You don't think McMahon heard that all the time when he was building up the fucking company? And like, who cares? You just do your job and build up what you gotta build up, and that's all you gotta do. And that'll prove them. That'll slap it in their face. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I don't get it either. And yes, Bell, you're absolutely correct. Why he couldn't have just picked up the phone and spoke to Brett Lauderdale about, hey, why the fuck is your guy,
Apologize.
what is going on? Why he couldn't have just done that, I have absolutely no fucking idea. But instead, let's just fuck Ricky Starks. Okay.
Like, I,
Tony Khan loves John Moxley, man. What happens when John Moxley says he wants to go work GCW again? You gonna take that away from
you
Moxley
know,
too, or are you just doing it? Or
no,
are you just gonna fuck Ricky Starks here?
Exactly. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't want Ricky Starks to do all this, so I'm gonna just say someone made a mean okay, I'm gonna just say it's because of that for my excuse for not wanting Ricky to work all these dates because I don't want to get him, I
Oh,
don't want to let him build himself up to go to WWE.
not to mention, what did Ricky Starks just say in a promo in GCW? Didn't he say something along the lines of, I don't want to sit at home and be put on ice any longer? Who do you think that was a jab at?
Dude, that it's not what Effie said. It's what Stark said in that promo that he was like, okay, this ain't happening, and Effie and all those comments were just his reason. Because if he just said, I just don't want Starks working that, it'd be a real bad look,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
So he's just hiding it under that. That's all this is.
Crazy, bro. Crazy fucking work.
Hmm.
Crazy. This is some of the craziest Tony Khan work I've ever seen, bro.
It is, dude.
More Fightful news,
It
bro.
really is.
More Fightful news, man. Pentagon. Keeping up with the theme here. According to Fightful, this came as 4 days ago. The word within AEW is that Penta's deal is up next week, and he will effectively become a free agent, bearing some unforeseen changes. Penta's up, bro. Penta's up.
Good for him, man. He's free. Sentence over. The fucking jail doors being swung. You're free to roam, man. Good for him, man. Too bad his partner can't come with him because he's still got time added on in his sentence.
Yep. Um, man, Penta's up. I'm happy for him. But and I'm happy for Pentagon. And I wonder, if I was WWE, oh, never mind. I forgot they didn't want to go to NXT. I was gonna say one thing I would have kind of soloed him. You know how they put Solo in
NXT,
NXT by himself, but then when they brought him to the main roster, he was with the
you
Bloodline.
put him. I know what you're, and that's what I would have done the same thing with a solo. I would have done solo Pentagon in NXT for a little bit, and then when Ray Phoenix can finally come over, put them up in the main roster as a tag team.
Yeah, I
Write them, find a way to write them off NXT. Boom, tag team on the main roster.
Yeah, but I mean, if they don't want to do that, if they don't want to do that because of if they don't want to do that just because Phoenix or Penta doesn't want to go to NXT, which I do understand, he
I
can be a
get it.
solo act. He can be a solo act, or I know it sucks, but he could just wait for Phoenix.
Just wait it out, and I feel like he'd be fine with waiting it out because they're that close and whatnot. But I could also see him signing with WWE or unofficially being like, okay, I'm about to sign with you
Hmm.
guys, and I could see him doing solo indies for a little bit and then moving to I could see him doing something like that,
Very true. I
and
could
then be
I
like,
could see
you
that
could
too.
probably I could definitely see him making a deal with them to be like, hey, I'm gonna be solo, but I'm gonna be signed to you guys. So I'm gonna go do my own thing for a little bit, and when Penta comes, we'll come and debut together.
Hmm.
So I could definitely see some variation of that.
Could be the case, man. Could be the case. I know we do have a story about WWE talent and independence, but is WWE going to want to put him on, a lot of indies to
With injury,
risk injury? I could see them putting him on a couple, just to kind
I
of
could
keep him fresh and keep
relevant.
him yeah, keep him relevant, keep him happy, so he is wrestling, so he's not just sitting at home being put on ice. Who would do that? But I'm happy for Penta. He made it out. He did so good for AEW. These guys, and I think these guys are going to do great under the WWE system. I
Oh, I
was
think
never
so.
I was never too huge on the Lucha Bros in AEW just because I felt their booking was very inconsistent and a lot of things that the groups that they put them in and involved them with, I thought a lot of time made no sense. Um, and working that AEW style, I just think was very unsafe in a lot of ways, and I think it highlighted a lot of just bad things about the Lucha Bros, man. I thought they did way too many Canadian destroyers and all that stuff. So I think they're going to be great in WWE because all that stupid bullshit that they do is going to go away. And once you eliminate
Oh,
that,
no.
you're really going to see them shine. And I think it's going to be huge for them.
It
So,
is. I think so. I genuinely can't wait to see them under that system. Even just production, they've always had a phenomenal look, and then they were in AEW where they just rush you, run out there, your match starts and whatnot. But these guys with WWE production, man, that'll be fire, dude. That is gonna be insane.
oh, absolutely. As for Phoenix, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, there is nothing new on Ray Phoenix. The last word the last word is that he is not being let out of his contract, but AEW are not going to use him either.
Uh, let's just. It's literally just yeah. We don't want you to be relevant when you leave us. That's literally all it is. That's literally we want you to be as relevant as possible when you leave us because we're mad. We're butthurt that you're leaving us. That's all this is. That's insane work. And who was the guy that was the fucking premier fucking guy in doing that?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't know, man. I don't know.
Curious.
Definitely sounds super familiar. But this is definitely going to be, doing stuff like this, man. It's really going to continue to paint AEW in a good light as a good place to work, and it's really going to drive it's going to continue to drive people to the company, doing shit like this, especially, this is really, if I was a independent talent, or if I was a talent coming over to AEW, this is the stuff that's really going to make me say, I need to sign with AEW, man. Seeing how they treat an AEW original, just to be petty, seeing how they treat an AEW original, man, this is really gonna grind my gears and get me to want to come to AEW, man.
Oh yeah, I would definitely want to fly that flag of that dude. Like I again. T- oh, am I still here?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. My fucking chat disconnected for a second. Um, it's like what I was saying with Ricky. You would think it'd be better to fucking it'd be a better look for your company if you use these guys as much and as genuinely as you could, and if they want to leave, you just put someone in their place and build them up instead. It's really that simple, dude. It really is. And then no matter what, it's a good look for you. I don't understand.
I don't get it either. I don't get it either. And again, seeing that they're doing Phoenix this dirty. This fucking guy is an AEW original. This is how you're doing your AEW original. Not because he did anything wrong, not because he did this and that and he caused all type of riff in the company, just simply because Tony
He
Khan
wants to.
heard that they might be going to SmackDown. Are you
That
fucking kidding me?
literally. That's it. That's the only thing. He never caused backstage problems. He wasn't fucking fighting, brawling, but none of it. None of it. He went to work, did his job, went home. And then sometimes didn't go home because he was still at work for you. And then you hear he just wants to go to your main rival and you're gonna punish him. Makes no fucking sense, dude.
God, I can't wait for Phoenix. But to encourage everybody, we're almost at the end of the year. Okay, if he added time onto Phoenix's contract, man, let's just go ahead and hope this time moves like that. Because
Hmm.
and to the positive behind him letting Ray sit is there's not going to be any injuries, so that's exciting for Phoenix. That's exciting for Phoenix, man. He's not going to be
And
under the risk of injury.
and it could help WWE too. I mean, It could help that you gotta wait for this new tag team to come in. It gives you time to build these other tag teams up and build your division for them to come into. Will they do that? Probably not. It's one of our main criticisms of WWE,
For sure.
even with Survivor Series. But it gives you time as your company to prepare for their arrival, to make your division better for their arrival. So probably won't do that, but it's still all the same. You have the option.
Definitely, bro. Definitely, man. But hopefully the time goes fast, and hopefully by the time the Lucha Bros get to WWE, the tag division can be taken a little more seriously. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't stop you from just feeling horrible for Ray Phoenix, because this dude is just being paid to sit home. Meanwhile, he wants to go to WWE. He wants to do something different because creatively AEW failed them. And that's Tony Khan's fault. And you can't fucking blame these guys and punish these guys for wanting to leave your company, because if you would have booked them good in the first place, they probably wouldn't want to be leaving.
Exactly. And even if they did, like I said, just put someone else in their place when they leave. It's literally as simple as that.
Yes, it's a simple revolving door system, bro. Um,
I mean, you should have anyway, for all the
yeah,
talent you already have signed and used, but
yeah.
go with AEW.
My man Vinny, bro. Thank you for the sub, and thank you everybody for
Thank you.
450 subs. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thankful for you guys.
Yes, so thankful, bro. So thankful. Um, yeah. So, now, speaking of some people that will be returning to AEW, Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston, man. According to PW Insider, Eddie Kingston has been ferociously pushing himself through physical therapy to try to return to the ring as soon as possible. Kingston has been warned by his doctors that he likely would not be cleared to return to the ring until June of 2025. Damn. So a little over, what is that, 13 months, I want to say, Eddie would have been out. Um, so that sucks. That sucks for Eddie. I wish him the best in his recovery. But in saying that, I think it was a good break from Eddie Kingston, man. Not that I ever want to see anybody injured, but I think at the time
No,
he went out, I think it was a good time, man. I felt a lot of the I felt a lot of the audience that has a brain was sort of starting to just get a little worn out. I thought AEW overexposed him a little bit as the Continental Champion, and but regardless, I can't wait to see Eddie back, and I wish him a speedy recovery, man, and I hope everything goes according to plan for him, man.
I hope so, man, and I hope Eddie listens to the doctors, man. Please listen to the doctors. Wait, do what they do. You can do the time they say. Do it. Do all that because you don't want to get re-injured. You don't want to permanently mess something up.
Mhm.
Go heal, then come back, please. I'm so sick and tired. It's always people nowadays are always having these like damn near permanent injuries or re-injuring the same thing because they come back too fast. Take your time, dude. Please.
Definitely. Definitely, man. Definitely. But yeah, yeah, wish Eddie the best. Wish Eddie the best, man. And hopefully this is a nice healthy break for Eddie, man, cuz yeah, I love Eddie Kingston. I really do. I was stoked when Eddie came into the company, but bro, some of his recent work. I mean, bro, everybody remembers those chops,
Was
bro.
just man.
Oh, oh god.
Nothing. Literally, man. Those
Pancakes,
fucking
bro.
taps, bro.
God, that
Mm-hmm.
was horrible. Well, speaking of Eddie Kingston, man, he is the inaugural Continental Champion. He's the inaugural winner of the Continental Classic. And this past Wednesday on Dynamite, Excalibur, Sockhead, he announced a major change for the C2 this year. This year, he says, This year, the winner of the Gold League will wrestle the runner-up of the Blue League and vice versa. The two semis will happen at World's End, with the final match also happening later on that pay-per-view on December 28th. So, basically what this is okay, so the winner of the Gold League, is going to go up against the runner-up of the Blue League. And I'm assuming basically what that sounds like to me is sort of like a play-in tournament. So the runner-up of the other league has a chance to I think that the winner the runner-up of the opposing league has one more shot to get themselves in the finals, just off of sort of like a play-in game, I guess.
Yeah. I get it. Visually, think about the brackets as like an X. You got your first guy is going against this one second guy,
Yep.
and then the reverse. It's like I like it. I actually dig that change, and I like what they're doing at World's End.
Same.
How it's gonna decide the end of the pay-per-view. I actually really like that, dude. I like that element a lot.
I like that too. And also I like that there's going to be multiple matches on the show because it gives off a vibe of struggle, right?
Anything can happen.
Yep.
Exactly.
You'll get to see these guys later in the night, and then you'll get to see them come out again and be a little banged up from their match earlier, based off of what happened there, and so on and so forth. But I also think this is where we could see Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. As
And
one of these runner-up matches, and then I could see, because honestly, now that this is coming to fruition, what I think we're gonna see Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, and then we're going to see Will Ospreay versus Okada.
Before this rule, was announced and added and whatnot, I genuinely was assuming it's going to be Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher to end this thing. But now that you say it, and now that obviously these rules were changed, one of those runner-up matches is going to be Will versus Kyle, and the ending is more than likely going to be Will versus Okada. So I do like that they added that, though, man.
For sure. Yeah, this is something. Now, I know they can't because now there's a Queen of the Ring and a King of the Ring. But this is one thing I would have loved for WWE to do. I, gave the idea of doing the whole tournament in one night. I know that's one thing that they did I think they did it for Raw, way back in the day. I don't know how short those matches were, but, realistically, I know they can't do that. That's just way too many matches to put on a pay-per-view. But I would at least like if they did the semis. I would at least like if they did the semifinals on the same night and then the finals, similar to literally exactly what they're doing here with World's End. So I would like if they did that on King of the Ring, but even with how short WWE pay-per-views are now, I know that's too much as well. So for King of the Ring, it would work because then that's only 3 matches, but with the other, then you would have to add the other 3 for Queen of the Ring, and then that'd be 6 plus the other matches on the show, and it would just be way too much. So, I get that WWE only does the finals. I love.
That's my dream for a pay-per-view tournament.
Yeah,
I want one so bad.
I like when I was a kid, I remember the 2010 one, bro, seeing John Morrison battle his way through the whole episode of Monday Night Raw just to fucking get to the end and lose to Sheamus. I mean, it was a heartbreaking story. It was great. I wish WWE would have went on to make John Morrison a WWE champion, but I digress. It's neither here or there. No, all right, we're not talking about that right now. And I would have liked for them to go on and do something like that, but it didn't happen that way. But yeah, man, I mean, I like that. I like that concept. I really like that concept of just seeing just the struggle of going through the tournament, man. I like it a lot. And I'm happy they're adding that element to the Continental Classic. And the way AEW does pay-per-views, they have all the fucking time in the world to You know, I mean,
Oh yeah.
these are 11 match cards anyway. So what's another fucking 2 matches?
I was gonna say like there's these technically I'm saying three, the two finalists and the final match. You still got the other 9 matches that are usually on your card, so you don't gotta worry about time or nothing. No matter what, it's gonna end at 12 o'clock midnight anyway, so it's not a problem with AEW. And as for Logan's comment, I really hope we don't see that fucking 8 loser tag again. Just all the losers in one fucking match. Why? The whole point should be to get on the pay-per-view to win the tournament, and you're on the pay-per-view and the prize. And you just put it on pay-per-view anyway. Legendary.
Yep. Well, guys, I've just gotten word. Manager Logan has uploaded his Survivor Series War Games 2024 predictions. So go ahead and give that a watch.
Check that out, guys.
Run it up. All right. More injury news. My man, Keith Lee. According to Fightful Select, Keith Lee is still not cleared, and nothing has changed on his status.
Come on,
This
man.
this dude's contract, when it's all said and done, might be on par with the Undertaker's 15-year deal.
He ain't never leaving, dude. Damn it.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah, Tony ain't never
He's
letting
gonna get
him
that.
go.
I thought Adam Cole was gonna have a bad man, but this is just
Oh,
this somehow beats the Adam Cole fucking 2 year extension. But genuinely, dude, this fucking sucks, dude. I just want to see Keith Lee again, dude. In any capacity. I don't care about the fucking place. I just want to see the guy again. And I hope everything all goes well, and I hope he's doing good.
yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I hope everything's okay with Keith. I miss Keith very much. I very much miss Keith, man, and I can't wait. I really can't wait for him to get back, man. I miss everything about him, man. I miss everything about him. I miss his fucking power. I miss his agility. I mean, God, I mean, what's not to love about fucking Keith Lee, bro? I miss him, and I hope everything is well with his health. And I just hope everything is well with him. I hope he's keeping healthy, and I hope he's keeping healthy mentally as well, man. Because I know this has probably got to be rough for him. Um, with his medical problems or whatever's going on with him, as well as being employed by Tony Khan. Man, I know those are two hard things to deal with in this world, and I hope everything goes okay with Keith. And fuck again, I really miss him, man. I really do.
Oh, I really do, man. I hope we get to see him at some point soon.
Another injury and more injury news. Adam Copeland. According to PW Insider Elite, Adam Copeland has not been cleared, or sorry, my bad. Adam Copeland has been cleared for physicality, but is not expected to be back with AEW regularly until he's done filming the second season of Disney's Percy Jackson, which Hollywood sources indicate is expected to wrap up in January, which AEW is reportedly looking at the Fight for the Fallen January 1st show. They are reportedly eyeballing that show to bring Adam Copeland back for. So, yeah.
Interesting, man. Interesting. I think you can wait. I mean, you got the C2 going around right now, so you don't need him back right now. And I
He would have
feel
been good for that
uh,
if he wasn't 10
he would
toes
have been
down.
really cool for that. He was 10 toes down. At least he learned his lesson, man. If you jump off a cage, don't land on your fucking feet. But can't wait for him to come back, man. Hope he doesn't get butt hurt on the mic against anybody else this time. And wonder what he's gonna do when he comes back, man. I'm very intrigued.
Definitely, bro. Definitely, man. So, yes, Adam Copeland should. I'm surprised that he's healed up already. I thought he was out for
And
like 9 months, which I mean, he did get injured in He did get injured in May, so I mean,
Guess it makes sense,
we're
but
about at the 6 month mark, so I'm assuming he must be ahead of time. But yes, AEW is looking to bring him back. It sucks he couldn't have been back for Wembley or for the C2 because
mhm,
I think he would have been pretty good
still
for
a
the
big thing.
C2. Especially now he's in this he wants to wrestle stage of his career. But
Poor guy.
yeah, I think everybody in 90% of the people in AEW are want to be in that stage of their career too. Either that or taking the easy way out. But Adam Copeland, it looks like he is cleared, and I'm excited to see him back, and I hope everything goes well. And yeah, I'm excited to see him back, man. We do give a lot of people slack for just wanting to be in-ring performers, but he was actually doing some
It
fucking
makes sense
really
for him.
good in-ring stuff right now.
Exactly, and it makes sense for him. He was doing years and years of story, stuff and all that and whatnot, man. So yeah, and he did initially start as more like a wrestling guy and then whatnot. So it makes sense for him to go into that, and he was doing really well in it. And I hope we will see him back soon. I very curious to see what they're gonna do. I wonder if they're gonna pick back up with all the House of Black stuff, or if they're gonna move on and what he's gonna do. I'm curious.
Me too, bro. Me too. I would love to see him work a guy like MJF. I would love to see him work Adam Cole. I would love to see
Ricochet.
him. No, I would love to see him work Takeshita. I would really love to see him
Ooh,
work Takeshita.
I would love that.
I would love to see him. Obviously, I would love to see him work Will Osprey. I think is another good one. I would love to see him.
Fletcher.
No, I don't want to see that. Uh, there's a lot. There's a lot. Oh, Hangman. This version of
Ooh,
Hangman, I think Copeland
I would
would.
love to see.
Yeah, I would love to see him work Hangman as well. But yeah, there's a lot, bro. There's a lot of guys. And I'm excited to see him back. Bell. Well, we gotta wait for Kenny Omega to come back because, according to Mr. Omega, AEW does not need him, and they're what did he say? They're doing fine without him. They are
Oh,
running smooth without Mr. Omega, according to him.
running.
What
Holy
the
fuck,
fuck?
running smooth.
What the
Yeah, they're
fuck?
running like fucking.
Are you watching
Ugh.
Raw, bro? You're not watching Dynamite, dude. They need you.
Like, dude, they need you bad, man. They need you bad. I get he's coming back for Wrestle Dynasty, and whatnot, or I don't know which night he's gonna be on. Is he gonna be on a Sunday night or the Saturday night? Is he gonna be
Um,
on Wrestle Kingdom or is he gonna be on Wrestle Dynasty?
I
I think it's
believe I
Dynasty.
believe he's going to be on both. I believe he's going to be on both.
Oh,
I know he's wrestling Gabe Kidd. I just don't know which one it's on.
yeah, I know he's gonna be back that weekend. That's his first match back. That's what's already been announced. It's confirmed. I don't know which night it's gonna be on, and I've heard mention that he's gonna still take it slow in his return after that, in his return to AEW. So don't know when we're really gonna see him back in AEW in like a real sense. Maybe he's gonna come back with the Elite in this whole, you know, Death Riders thing, maybe. I am very unsure.
Definitely. Yeah, I have heard well, we the next story actually is on Kenny. But yes, that's the news for that is the news about Adam Copeland. So excited to see him back, and I can't wait to see what he does. But now, speaking of Omega, according to the Observer, man, right now Kenny wants to take it slow before going back full time, with the idea of easing back into the full time schedule down the line and hoping everything holds up. Well, there it is, bro. There it is. So he's obviously going back to he's obviously going to return back to New Japan to, I'm assuming, ease it in, or at least that's what it sounds like here. The only thing
Mhm.
about that is I don't necessarily know that New Japan is the style that you want
And
to ease yourself back into.
mhm,
I think that's for me, that's kind of jumping into the
the
deep end.
opposite. It's kind of the opposite of what I would want to do, but
Yeah, but But that's what Kenny's going to do, man. That's what Kenny's going to do. And he's going to ease himself back into the full time schedule. I hope everything goes okay for him, is able to hold up. Because if not, then we either could be looking at Kenny Omega retiring, or we could be looking at Kenny Omega being a super part time. Which
I
at
can definitely see that.
yeah, which at this point might not be the worst. At this point might not be the worst option for Kenny Omega, just health wise.
Exactly. It might be the best option for him. We don't know. I hope he's going to be. Well, he is coming back soon. I didn't think he'd be back yet, and I just hope he's healthy, dude, and he's all good, dude.
Yeah, because what AEW did with him this past year, and bringing him back with diverticulitis to have that man take a chair shot to the gut, and then knew it.
Oh yeah. God dang.
Uh, all right, okay, okay. I think. Never mind.
Oh shit.
Think
Nice.
we're okay. Okay. Apologize for that. But what were we talking about? Oh, yes, but with Omega, with Omega, man, I think a lot of what they did this summer, man, that they went about him returning, or his little semi return with him not even having his diverticulitis surgery and getting dumped on his side and dumped on fucking concrete and then taking a chair shot to the gut by Jack Perry. I think that was shot to the gut by Jack Perry. I think that was very stupid, but at the end of the day, with Omega able to ease back into the to his full-time schedule, man, because I would like to see Kenny back, but I also don't want him to suffer any more major injuries, bro, because like I said, either we could be looking at Kenny going super part-time, or we could be looking at Kenny retiring, man, which if that's going to continue to be the case, that could be the best plan for him.
It very well could be. Whatever's best for his health, man. I just hope everything goes well. I hope he's happy or he's healthy when he returns, and I just hope everything works out.
Okay, guys. Apologize for that. I wanted to pull the plug on that real quick, do a little manual reset, just because I could feel it getting more trippy. But
It was.
but um but yeah, man, that is the news on Omega, and I don't know, man. I really cannot wait for AEW to get him back, man, because I know, despite what Kenny thinks, oh, good fucking Lord, they
They
need
need
him.
him. They need him, dude. They need him so goddamn bad. It's unreal.
Yes, he is. Yeah, just one of those guys. He's just one of those guys, man. He's always gonna make the show better. He's always gonna make the show better just off of his presence alone, man. It always helps the show, and Lord fucking knows the show needs it right about now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, man, that is that. That is the news on on Kenny Omega and his return to the ring. Okay. All right. Everything seems to be crispy again. Okay, Sir K was looking like mad Charlotte there for a minute. Um but
I was. I
but
get it.
yeah, regardless, our next story, um the Costco guys, AJ and Big Just. Well, yeah, man. I I thought, man, I actually, I thought they did really good. I thought they did really good with their presence on Full Gear, man. I thought, maybe AEW. I thought AEW went about everything the right way. They didn't overexpose AJ on television to the point where it was just him doing his shtick and it was nauseating as fuck. They kept him on Rampage. They kept him to some backstage segments and whatnot, and I thought they went about it the right way, and I'm excited to see what they do more. And I hope that they don't eventually expose him. I just hope.
Definitely, man. Definitely. It was a fine balance between those. There wasn't too much. It wasn't non-existent. They both did their job, according to each other very well, dude. And I wouldn't mind seeing them again. It was fun. You keep it to that little minimum. You want part of the show. It's funny. It's enjoyable, and you move on. That's what I like to see. And as long as the Rizzler's in here, I'm good with it.
For sure, bro. Yeah. So with that, man, Brian Alvarez reports that a lot of people in WWE were very impressed by Big Boom AJ on AEW Dynamite, and that he would not be surprised to see the Costco guys in WWE very soon. All right. Okay. Back again. Okay. And for our final AEW story, I believe, yes, but who knows, man? Tony Khan, he might put Big Boom AJ on ice like he did Ray Phoenix and everybody else that seems to fucking be in AEW nowadays. The next story and the final story for AEW. AEW Grand Slam. AEW Grand Slam. Oh, brother. The AEW's debuting Australia show, AEW Grand Slam, they went big. AEW went big, booking Brisbane's 52,500 seat Suncorp Stadium. We have heard the initial ticket sales were encouraging, but they have slowed down to the point a venue change was likely. Last night, AEW's local ticket, as of November 26th, so this was about 3 days ago. AEW's local ticketing partner, Ticket Tech, informed folks who purchased tickets to AEW's Grand Slam Australia that the Saturday, February 15th show is going to move to Brisbane's Entertainment Centre. AEW's website has also been updated, reflecting the change to a 13,500 seat indoor arena. The company has not formally announced the change yet, but Post Wrestling obtained a copy of the Ticket Tech email, and it reads, "Dear ticket holder, the promoter of AEW Grand Slam Australia wishes to advise you that the venue for Grand Slam Australia on Saturday, February 15th, 2025, has been changed to the Brisbane Entertainment Centre," and then it obviously gives the address for the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. Ticket holders do not need to take any action. Your new event ticket will be sent to your Ticket Tech app in the next 2 weeks. Your stadium tickets will not be valid for the new venue. If you have any inquiries about your reissued ticket, please contact Ticket Tech. Enjoy the show. Regards, the Ticket Tech team.
Wow. How sad, dude. How sad. Based on that, back when WWE had to do it without any that 1 year, and I'm gonna find it even there. But it's totally because of the quality of your television that you didn't sell out, that you had to move arenas. And it's nothing but Tony Khan's fault, man. Sucks. It really sucks for people that bought tickets, because one thing that people don't like think about is people probably, you set your weekend, your event to go around that area, that one arena. Now you got to go to a completely separate arena. A lot of people are probably just going to cancel their ticket outright and look for a refund, because that's a completely different thing they got to go to, essentially. So it might screw them over even more than they think in the end. But that's what happens when you put on bad television.
Yes, and absolutely. And what I have heard is the rumblings that I've heard is that they are trying to blame this on a Billie Eilish concert, because she took the Suncorp Stadium away from them before they too close or on the same date as their show. So,
Like,
wouldn't
you
you have
sold the right
already have
amount of
had it
tickets.
booked?
Yeah, that's not how that works. And even if that is the case, again, that's AEW's fault. You didn't sell enough tickets for the arena to keep you. You have to keep your end of the bargain and sell seats. You didn't do that. You got someone in that's going to sell those seats that arena wants. Of course, they're going to go with them. That's how it works.
Yeah. So, I want to show you guys a tweet from May 27th of 2022. And this tweet, some may say it has aged like fine wine. May 27th, 2022. Tony Khan tweets out, Yesterday, one of my favorite days, including great visits with fans and media, a trip to LA for the most fulfilling meeting of my life with Warner Bros. Discovery leadership, dinner with my dad and Dana White, where I got to break the news about Money in the Bank moving to the MGM Grand. Genius move trying to take on Dana and the UFC in Vegas during International Fight Week.
Well,
Well,
boy,
Tony, genius move
Tony,
trying to
both
take on
boys.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, genius move. Genius move. Now UFC and WWE work together on pay-per-view weekends and all of that. They go to the same place for a joint pay-per-view like weekend, all that shit. And now you're sitting there and you have the exact same problem. You had to move arenas because you couldn't sell it. I wonder if Triple H had Thanksgiving dinner and told his family the news. Hey man, you guys here? AEW had to downsize their arena too. I wonder if he did that, man, because it's what you deserve. Too. I wonder if he did that, man, because it's what you deserve.
Maybe if you fucking promoted or you had good television and did not continue to drive your audience away
Mm.
because you put on shit television, you have a shit mindset about your television, you do a lot of people's favorite, some of their favorite AEW talents incredibly fucking dirty, and you have drove a lot of people away. You can't sell tickets in fucking Australia.
That's insane.
You cannot sell fucking tickets in Australia to the point where you had to downsize your arena so much from 52,000 to a 13,000 seat arena.
Ah, damn. That's such a sad fucking decrease, man. And if they don't sell that thing out, that's a really bad look.
First time in Australia, you can't even sell, you had to downsize to 13,000, bro. And this is your first time in this market. This is your first time in
That's
Australia, and you had to downsize that hard. And I'm always going to be that guy, and I'm going to continue to be that guy. If this was AEW in 2021, you would have sold the fucking thing out
of
no problem. And now,
course.
reconnected. Go ahead.
And Belle says in the comments, she says also, Australia is huge. If you live in Sydney, it takes a whole day to go to Brisbane. Like that's what I was thinking about. You have to plan the trip around the arena. So when the arena gets changed, trip's over. At the end of the day, trip's probably over. You're probably just canceling it because you can't just change all that other shit. Like you change tickets. So they're gonna lose a lot of people in that shit because I would just cancel my ticket at that point.
Imagine all the people that maybe booked hotels that were right next to
Mhm.
Suncorp Stadium. And
Well,
now
fuck.
the arena that they want to go to is 11 miles away.
That's insane, dude. That's fucking crazy.
Fucking ridiculous, bro. So, yep. Like I said, man, like I said, this is sad stuff that AEW's had to come to this. You wanted to make fun of WWE for it, and now you're in the predicament. And now the question
Mhm.
for you, Tony Khan, is what are you gonna do to get yourself out of this fucking hole now? What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Are you going to
How you gonna
actually do
fix this?
something about it? Or are you going to continue to tout this is where the best wrestle and nothing's wrong here and everything's fine and we're growing and I don't know, man.
Makes no sense.
AEW Grand Slam switching arenas as AEW has failed to sell their 52.
Dude, fucked.
Okay. Uh all right. That is it for the AEW news, man. Moving on here to the WWE news, but in case you guys need a little refresher, in case you guys need something to wake you up, man, now that we're done talking about the AEW news, W Energy, bro, the official sponsor of Your boys here at NHP. W Energy is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without the jitters, man. It is a sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers, artificial colorings with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving, man. You can get your W Energy products today with the link below to their website and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10%, man. Go hit up W, the official sponsor of your boys here at NHP, man. So shout out to W, the official sponsor of the Notorious Heels podcast, man.
Truly, shout out to you guys for keeping me awake for AEW, man, because genuinely only they could do it.
All right, moving to some WWE news, man. Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss, man. According to PW Insider, WWE is currently working on when and how Alexa Bliss would return to storylines. The belief amongst those spoken to is that Bliss would likely return by WrestleMania season.
Interesting, man. I'm intrigued to see how she comes back, where she comes back, again, how she comes back, what's the character going to be, what's the story. I'm very intrigued in that, man.
Definitely, man. And if I had a prediction, I mean,
I could see it being, I could see it being like Wyatt 6 related.
I could see it being Wyatt 6 related. I do think, though, the return itself, I have a feeling they'll do it in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, I could definitely see that. I wouldn't be shocked. That's just the best way to fucking, especially around this time. Might as well just do it in the Rumble. Get the pop.
For sure, bro. So I could absolutely see them bringing her back in the Rumble, but looks like we're gonna see Alexa Bliss coming back soon. I just really fucking hope she does not come back with that awful fucking theme song that she left WWE television with.
Man.
Because
it was really fucking bad, dude.
Oh god, it was so bad. So fucking bad, bro. But yeah, so Alexa Bliss is going to be coming back. I'm excited to see her come back. I'm excited to see what she's going to do, how she's going to implement herself into storylines, and what exactly they're going to do with her, man. So I'm excited.
Definitely, I'm very excited.
Speaking of the women, Jade Cargill. There was an original report that Jade Cargill was injured. And according to, now this was 4 days ago, Dave Meltzer reported that Jade Cargill is injured. The severity of her injury wasn't known internally. The severity wasn't known internally. Past those involved in creative were told it would be a minimum of 3 months out, maybe longer. Then yesterday, we heard from PW Insider that Jade Cargill is not injured, while there were some incorrect reports suggesting that Jade Cargill is legitimately injured. Those claims were 100% incorrect. According to multiple WWE sources, the attack on Cargill last week's SmackDown was all storyline and nothing more. Dave Meltzer doubled down today and said that Jade Cargill is out of action for 3 months. Or possibly longer. We've got he says we've gotten 3 different versions of the story. One was that as in this case, those in WWE, as in the usual case with WWE parking lot attacks, that is storyline cover for real injury. However, this one has been kept secretive. One person in WWE mentioned to us that it seems nobody, including her friends, knows what the injury actually is or why it happened. One higher up said 100% that she is injured, and the stories denying it are false. Another version said that another version is that the injury was created to cover for a backstage political issue. So you don't know.
That's all this is. Just we don't know. There's one side saying one thing, other side saying another. Third one was like technically they're both wrong. Actually, it's because, bro, the classic pro wrestling journalism. We have no clue what the fuck's going on. This is happening, and these are the two possibilities that obviously are the only two possibilities, and one of them's true.
Why
Now,
would they
the one
take her off television because she has backstage issues with Bianca? What the fuck?
this isn't Tony Khan we're talking about. We're not talking about Tony Khan anymore. This is WWE. You know what they would do? They would tell both parties to shut up and go to work. Like this isn't this isn't fucking AEW here. So I really don't believe the backstage politic part. Genuinely, it is either one of the two main fucking stories. Either she's not injured and they just took her out of War Games just for storyline and whatnot, or she is injured. Even though it's from Dave, I'm inclined to believe she is injured. But at the end of the day, it is Dave Meltzer, and he did give the Costco guys match a 2 out of 2.5 star match. So I got a little beef with him there. But the one story's from Meltzer, and you know Meltzer with WWE, but I really do feel like she would be injured in this because yeah, she probably wouldn't have been great in War Games, but they do love her, so I feel like they would have put her in War Games anyway. So I'm more inclined to believe that she is injured, but again, I don't fucking know, so I'm not gonna say that it's this. I have what I think, and that's it, man. Because obviously these journalists don't fucking know either.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another case. I always love when we have these sort of like
Oh, guys.
hot tags from the reporters where they're like arguing with each other over stories. To be honest, man, what I believe, I do get your points, as in WWE could have actually, they WWE would have wanted her in there. I do believe that. But at the end of the day, man, I also believe WWE is in this for the better story, and
True.
I personally, I'm gonna take PW Insider's side on this. I'm gonna go ahead and say my prediction is Jade is not injured, and I think they're keeping her out to tell a better story with, Triple H loves his attacker stories.
He
Now
does.
she could have bugs. She could have bugs, and she could have some things that she needs to, kind of just some quirks she needs to figure out, health wise. Maybe she does have nagging injuries or whatever. But in terms of her being legitimately injured, um, I don't know.
Maybe
Dave Meltzer just doesn't really give me the he doesn't really give
Rose
me
Russell vibe.
yeah, he doesn't really give me any sense of security to believe his report. And PW Insider is one of the best out there, man. So I
They are.
think I think personally, Triple H would rather have Bailey in the match than Jade Cargill, um just because I just think he likes Bailey a lot more, and I don't really think Jade Cargill would have really done that good in a War Games cage. And I think they did it to tell the better story with Bianca Belair, and I really fucking hope Bianca Belair is the one who ended up attacking her, man, because um
I
and
I hope so.
and if they do have actual beef, get ready for this to
Good.
be really good shit.
I was gonna say, good. It's gonna make the story even better. We're gonna get some genuine ass fucking Cody and Kevin promos between these two. It'll be fucking great. And as for what Logan says, he says she can honestly stay protected in war games with having her coming out last. Now that makes me think maybe she is gonna come out in war games to confront her attacker, and it's gonna be the swerve. People are, oh, who's she gonna go up to? Who she just came out here to, come into this match. Who's she going to go up to? Is she going up to Bailey? And boom, they reveal who it is. Again, like you said, I hope it's Bianca. That would be a great fucking swerve, dude. Especially if she comes out like during that War Games match. That'll be a phenomenal swerve. So I don't know, man. I don't know. And neither does anybody in this journalism scape. Maybe Insider does. We'll see, man. But I think we might know by tomorrow.
For sure, bro. And I did see a lot of fans had caught on to when Bianca came out on Raw this past Monday. She was um noticeably singing to the camera the part of her theme song that says "I never needed you at all." So,
Hmm. Hopefully,
um,
dude. I hope.
I know she kind of like low key sings her theme song, but I noticed a lot of people had noticed she was very blatant in making sure the
Hmm.
camera seen her saying she never needed you at all. So
Hmm.
that's something interesting. That's something interesting, man. But yes, Dave has had a bad year.
He
Half
has
of
a
it
bad.
is Dave being Dave. Half of it is WWE pulling the craziest finesse on this man, and it almost makes me feel bad for him at points.
And it just makes me question him as like, dude, why are you still paying these people for this information when you just keep getting wrong shit, dude? Who is your source? I know that's like a journalism no, but dude, reveal it to me because they're telling you bullshit. So
Yeah.
just tell me who's doing this, bro, because I gotta know who's scamming you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could see something as of Jade coming out, getting in Bailey's face, and then Bianca attacks her from behind. You know what I mean? Or
Exactly.
Bianca goes to
Or
break it
maybe
up, and
Jade
maybe
attacks her to reveal. I would definitely like something like that where like Jade comes out and kind of makes it look like it isn't Bianca, because Bianca doesn't know that she knows, and then she attacks Bianca. I would like something like that.
yeah, or either that or something along the lines of maybe she gets in Bailey's face, Bianca tries to break it up, and then without even noticing it, maybe Jade gives Bianca a little muff, and then Bianca just figures, fuck it. I'm gonna just reveal it. I'm gonna reveal it now. It was me. And then
Right.
she attacks her. So um
Definitely.
maybe something like that could be very nice. But regardless, I'm just happy we're telling a story with Jade, and we're telling a story with Jade and Bianca. This is the kind of shit that I wanted to see with like Osprey and Ricochet. I wanted to
Yeah.
see you tell the story because we
Mm,
all know they're friends, right? And we all know
mhm.
Will Osprey lobbied for Ricochet to come into the company. I don't know why you didn't play on an angle where these two are like great friends and then one of them turns on the other one, you know?
Exactly. It's like, dude, you had all the potential in the world, and it's just he's Kobe Bryant with it, and he wants his match.
Fucking Kobe fucking Bryant.
Oh,
Fuck.
Kobe Bryant with
I'm Kobe
it.
Bryant with it. Come on, dog. What the fuck, man? No,
Oh, he's
but
horrible.
I can appreciate this. I can appreciate this with Jade Cargill, and I've been very critical of her work, man. But I'm very Jade. If Jade is one thing, man, she is. She isn't bad on the mic. She can talk, and I'm excited to just see how this story comes off with Bianca. And I'm really excited for Bianca to hopefully turn heel, man.
I mean, Logan, people will know she's coming out to, attack who attacked her. So I think most fans would understand the swerve in that moment. They might be, confused. Maybe they're booing someone at one moment and then they realize, but I think that would be fine. And if they boo her, oh well. Or if they cheer her, oh well.
The only thing is, I feel if you do have Jade turn on Bianca, it might come off to some people that
She's the
I
bad guy,
yeah,
but I think
I
you can
I would
infer.
I would rather honestly, bro, I would rather uh I would rather somebody attack Jade. I would rather Jade maybe be a little clueless on who threw her off the dock.
Hmm.
Just coming back just because you don't want to you don't want a Adam Cole and MJF situation where Adam Cole turns and then he comes back or MJF comes back to get his revenge, but then he's just the heel. I wouldn't want
Oh,
any confusion. I would just much rather whoever Jade comes back looking for her attacker, and then the attacker reveals himself and beats the fuck out of Jade. I would just rather do something like that. I think that's a little more simple.
yeah, easier to understand for a lot of fans.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, it brings me to my PTSD of Adam Cole and MJF, where MJF comes back, attacks Adam Cole for revenge, but then he's the heel, and Adam Cole. Uh,
Well, yeah, I don't think it'd be that bad no matter what,
no,
but
yeah, no way. But you get the
they wouldn't
point.
be switching it up. Yeah, but people would get confused, wrestling fans.
So yeah, I would rather Jade Cargill. kind of have it set in her mind like Bailey's the one that attacked me so she can get a war game spot, and then Bianca reveals it like, no, bitch, it was me. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put you
Okay.
on ice like Tony Khan.
Like Tony Khan, pop of the century. That would genuinely get the pop of the century for me.
And Bianca has all the reason in the world to be a heel. Look, motherfucker,
She
I
does.
fucking carried you all fucking year. I
And
carried
you're
you,
fucking.
you know, I carried you through I carried you through Mania. I carried you through the whole summer. You know, I would, you know, I would like that a lot. And like I said, Bianca has a justified reason to be a heel, and God, do I just think her work creatively would be nuts as a heel.
It really would be. I think it'd be phenomenal as a man. I just need Bianca as a heel no matter what, dude. I need it.
Yeah, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. Ah, uh, oh, speaking of creative, Drew McIntyre. Creative discussions have started in regard to when and how Drew McIntyre will return. Nothing has been set in stone, but there has been some pitches and conversations as to what direction it will be for Drew, so he's closer to returning.
Hmm,
Hmm. What do you think Drew
interesting.
McIntyre does upon return, bro?
I think I think the program with Wade might be your best thing you could do right now with him, especially post Punk. I think he's gonna need some type of, one up on somebody in his next feud, and I think Wade might be perfect.
I could see that. I could see that. Um,
I, and if you want to wait for Wade to like after the Rumble to start that story, you could have him try for the Rumble, and then maybe that's where Wade comes back to the ring as a surprise, entry in the Rumble, and then
eliminates
maybe
Drew.
yeah, and then that just sends Drew off to after all that happened with Punk, Wade stands on it, and then he throws him out the Rumble. That just makes him snap on Wade. Maybe I would like something like that. I think it might be best for Drew.
Yeah, dude, and regardless, bro, I'm very excited because we just talked about how Kenny Omega is one of those guys that's just by default gonna make your show better. Drew,
Drew.
holy
Mm-hmm.
fuck, have I missed Drew, Punk, all those guys on Monday, bro? Because the show the show has more than enough stars, and some weeks it is rather good, man, but some of those down weeks, bro, it really makes you miss Punk, and it really makes you miss Drew, and it makes you miss those kind of
Mm-hmm.
guys, man, just because of their quality of story. And Drew McIntyre is one of the most complex and compelling characters on WWE television all year. Drew has had a career year, man. I mean, it's been an amazing fucking year for Drew McIntyre, and he's done amazing work um, this year, and we all know that. And we all know that, man. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do upon his arrival. Maybe the program with Wade is something they do going into next year's Mania. Wade is like a brother to him, so maybe after that, maybe, Bo Dallas takes problem with Drew McIntyre doing his brother like that, or something along those lines, or maybe they just, decide to do something just completely different, maybe move him to a different show, or something along those lines. But also, do you have to take into account too, if there is going to be some sort of supplementary draft, who gets moved over? Drew
Mm-hmm.
McIntyre maybe against a
Make
guy
it
like LA Knight or something like that would be pretty nice.
That would be really nice. I wouldn't mind Drew moving over to SmackDown.
Hmm.
I would definitely be down for that.
Yeah, I
Any
definitely
heel.
think in the draft, I think it would be nice to get him on a different show than Punk just for a year
I think
or
so.
two.
I think you have to. I think you definitely got to separate them by a roster, just to obviously for not obviously not backstage reasons. We're not talking about AEW still, but for on screen just general. I think it'd be best for both characters if they were took a break away from each other completely.
Definitely, definitely, bro. But Man, a lot of the AEW fans would disagree with you, man. They're still waiting for Punk to pop off.
To pop off. He's fucking literally every report since this man came back is Punk is just great to work with backstage.
Oh,
He
it's the
loves
funniest.
everybody. He's a saint. And dude, every time one of those drops, it's just the best, dude. Every time. It's just the
There was
company's
a
so happy.
there was a new one the other day that Punk was a,
Yeah,
and I quote, model citizen.
model citizen. And it just cuts the fucking joke out.
Throw the chair at him. Throw it
Oh,
at his
dude.
fucking head. Yep.
It genuinely, it's not a person thing, it's an environment thing.
Yep.
And Punk is he's a model citizen, man. He really is.
WWE, man, and their independent partnerships. According to The Observer, WWE talent are reportedly expected to be making more appearances on the indies over the next year.
Hmm,
Which, if you're cutting down live events, hey, bro,
that's
if
a
you
good
got,
substitute.
that's a great fucking substitute, if you ask me. Just send them to independent promotions, have them work with guys, because then, if they think somebody's good, maybe they could put a word
Relay
in.
it to you. Exactly. It's good for everybody. You don't got something for a talent at a certain point. All right, man, we don't got really nothing for you. Instead of just staying at home, if you want to go to, these various independents and do what you want to do, we'll let you know when we got plans for you, man. And
Or,
if you see anybody you like, let us know.
um, also, too, the, like, like, for example, Drew McIntyre's on vacation right now in Europe. Obviously he's dealing with some family stuff, but let's just say he
Mm,
wasn't. Let's just say he wanted, a couple months off
just some
just to
time off.
rejuvenate, just to refresh.
Mhm.
Let's say he, maybe gets the itch and wants to do 2 ICW shows. He could do them.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be awesome. It'll be a cool look, and it makes sense for the character, man. He's so heated after all that happens. He needs a break from that, man. He needs to find a way, something to recuperate to go back. Boom. He does those little shows.
Yeah.
Simple, nice. I think it's a good system that's going to work out both the individual wrestler and the company's favor, dude.
Definitely, man. And like I said, bro, if WWE really wants to cut down their live events, this is a fantastic substitute, bro. If you're not doing something with somebody, or how many times have we heard, Nakamura, during his absence in WWE, he just went back to Japan just to be home. While he's
Exactly. Might as
home,
well do shows.
exactly. While he's home, I'm sure there's nights where he, is maybe bored and is like, fuck, I want to do something. Well, now he can go, do stuff. And same for all these guys, man. No matter what is, no matter what, no matter what they're doing or whatever the case may be, they can go work. And like I said, man, with the um exclusion of a lot of live events, I think this is going to be great for a lot of talent. Just like I said, if they're not doing anything on WWE TV, just go off and do some indie shows, and still fly the company flag, and then you're able to work with up and coming guys that, again, WWE can get their eyes on. So it's going to be good for everybody, and it's overall just good for the health of professional wrestling, man. I mean, JD McDonough and Finn Balor went back to Ireland to do an indie show, and that indie show drew a fucking great crowd, and I'm sure that's
Mhm.
off the fucking back of Finn Balor and JD McDonough. So overall, it's going to be healthy for independence. It's going to be healthy for um it's going to be healthy for independence. It's going to be healthy for WWE's relationship with these independents, and it's going to be
Mhm.
healthy for the talent, bro. So overall, it's a great thing, and I'm just so glad that WWE is doing shit like this.
I'm very glad, man. I think it's gonna be a great system.
No doubt about it, bro. So with that, man, before we get on to the Survivor Series predictions, the OG Bloodline. The OG Bloodline, man, per Wrestle Votes. Per Wrestle Votes, the OG Bloodline will not be disbanding completely post Survivor Series this year, it is expected by many within WWE that the Bloodline story will be a focal point of the early WWE Raw on Netflix in 2025.
I'm sure, man. It's your premiere story.
Yeah.
They love to do it across both shows. Again, it's the bloodline story. It's kind of the whole thing that this company has been around for the last like 3 years. So that makes sense. And I'm glad. I love seeing the OG bloodline together. And I'm curious to see how they're gonna do it, especially, the Raw side and whatnot. I'm very curious to see the post Survivor series landscape of everything.
Me too, man. Absolutely, bro. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see it. I'm very excited to see it. And there was I was a little scared that they were just gonna kind of go off and do their own thing after Survivor Series, bro. But I'm very glad to be reassured with this. Overall, I had a feeling they would stay together, but there was also
Yeah.
a small part of me that was scared that they would just kind of go off again to do their separate things. But I'm glad not. I'm glad they're going to keep them together. I want to see them continue to build to the point where they can all act like they love each other again instead of
Mhm.
being very serious, which I'm fine with them being very serious right now because it's plays into the
It makes sense
story.
right now.
Um,
Exactly.
but I want
But
to see them get back to the point where they're
around
the OG bloodline we remember again, and I want to see them go back to being that. And obviously, I'm excited to see the story they tell for that. Also, we're going to see the final boss get back into the mix of things. So
Ooh,
obviously, he's going to
come
play a
into
huge
play.
part in the whole bloodline stuff. So overall, I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to see them stay together. And this is the OG bloodline is back. The wise man is back now. So how is this all going to play into everything? And I'm excited to see how they do it. And I'm glad that they're running with this. And this is going to be the focal point of the story because um about almost 2 years ago when the OG bloodline was the focal point going into WrestleMania 39. That was one of the most amazing builds to a WrestleMania I've ever I've that was the best build to a WrestleMania I've ever seen. And
Oh yeah.
I literally not to do the Dwayne thing, bro, but I literally get goosebumps. The hair on my fucking forearms is standing up thinking about it because it was so special. And
It was.
I can never ask them to recreate that magic because it's impossible. But if they can create new
Like,
magic
man,
out of what they have
mm,
now, then these guys are the guys to do it.
exactly. You can never recreate a magic, but you could make new magic that's the same level, if not greater, as that original magic, man. So glad to see what they're doing, man. I'm really excited to see The Rock's involvement, dude.
Yeah.
I hope we do get more of The Rock this time because,
Mm.
dude, that man is fucking hilarious. I need to see that Glazer title around his shoulder 24/7. And I can't wait, man. I really can't wait.
Yes, me neither, bro. Me neither. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for that, and I can't wait to see how The Rock uh is involved with all of that because it's just it's gonna be really juicy storytelling, man. And I think that's when we're gonna start to get the reveal of The Rock pulling the strings behind all this stuff, and I think it's gonna be really good stuff, and I'm really excited for it. And yeah, it's gonna be great, man. And who doesn't love seeing The Rock just completely fall in love with himself just as soon as the camera hits his face, man. So yeah,
Basking in himself. Not in the moment, in himself.
yep,
He is the moment.
yeah, he is. He is the moment. That's correct. Um, so so yeah, that is that. And I've actually heard um Moana 2 wraps up today. So
Wow.
will The Rock, be standing out be standing out on the fucking airport in British Columbia ahead of
Mhm.
War Games tomorrow.
You never know. He could be, man. He could be. He's got to take his gym with him, but I don't know if he gets his gym there in time, but he
That's
could
true.
be, man.
They might have had them pre-set it up.
He might have. He's got a fucking trailer of a gym that they gotta unload.
It's not. It's okay, but gym is an understatement. You're talking about the Iron Paradise, okay?
Iron Paradise. I'm sure it's not a paradise for those fucking guys to set it up every time. Like,
According
bro,
according to Dwayne, it is.
genuinely, at that point, why don't you just build it in the trailer? Like, in the trailer you transport it in, just so it's much easier to fucking do everything.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
or renovate or renovate some sort of uh maybe like a mobile home or something.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
was gonna say,
renovate
like,
that as like a gym, but
you can do, like, I'm pretty sure you could just put, like, the semi. If you just got a semi with the trailer, you could easily put a gym back there. No fucking problem.
now Moana too. Yeah, you know what I
The
mean,
live
Bill.
action, the live
Yes,
action
the
Moana where he's
the
not
one where
wearing
he
a
looks
fat.
like a goof. He's got the long.
Mhm.
He's got a long hair wig on and shit. Yes, live
Which is
action Moana.
which is so funny because in the fucking animated movie, that character is obviously a large character, but in live action, he ain't wearing no fat suit, dude. He's full fucking rip.
Oh yeah,
So, gotta love The Rock, dude. Never fails with him.
gotta love him. All right, Survivor Series. Man, Survivor Series, man. Like I said again, we will be live tomorrow night with the War Games
It is. Thank you,
predictions.
Bell.
You know, Bell, this is why me and you have
Thank
a
you.
long-standing rivalry. Just so next Friday, I know your birthday's Saturday, so don't correct me. I might not wish you a happy birthday. Okay, we're
Wow. This
you know,
dude.
all right. I might be getting a little devious with it. Okay, but this is why
I'm
me and
sure
Bell
he
have
is.
beef every week. She's coming on here hating, bro.
Goddamn. Good for her.
So no,
I
not good
respect
for
it.
her. No, it's not respectable. It's not.
It is.
Okay, well, not at all. All right, War Games. War Games, man. Well, for the first match to predict, well, actually, I'm here to announce we will not be going live with Survivor Series War Games. We will be live at 5 o'clock with the Collision review. We'll be
Collision review.
We'll be live. Collision airs at 3 o'clock tomorrow, 2 hours before War Games, and
During
I'm
war games, actually.
I'm thinking, well, during the War Games pre-show, and
Hmm.
what I'm here to announce, we are thinking heavily about skipping the Survivor Series review for the year and doing the November 30th Collision show review. It looks
Genuinely the best. Hmm.
or it's looking good tomorrow.
It is, dude, because I couldn't even tell you one match on that show.
Well,
But I can't wait.
I think they got what the fuck they got. Oh, here we go. Um, Juice Robinson versus Will Ospreay. Oh, I gotta save that one for last. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh they have. Oh, there's a lot of match. Oh okay. Ooh, I don't know which one to save for last. They got a bunch of goodies on here. Um,
Oh, God. It's just fun.
Kazuchika Okada versus Daniel Garcia. Champion versus champion.
I love a needless match.
The Beast Morton versus Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, man. Oh, fuck.
Hangman Page versus Wheeler Yuta. Mina Shirakawa versus Layla Gray. This is star-studded.
Star-studded.
Uh, what the fuck, dude? Private Party and Mystico versus MXM and Johnny TV.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one of the fucking AEW shows on Twitter was fucking bumping for that match for some
They're
reason.
bumping for Private Party and Mystico. Okay.
I don't know. Johnny T, the best
Well,
version of Morrison.
not that I'm complaining about this at all, but didn't Tony announce that this Wednesday there was going to be CMLL guys on the show?
Oh, yeah, I think he did. Oh, yeah, he did.
All
What the
right, well,
fuck?
okay, well, I'm not done because we gotta. This is gonna be the last match on Collision that they've announced. The Outrunners versus the Iron Savages. So it's gonna be a star-studded Collision, and we're really thinking. I'm really close to just saying fuck it. We're gonna do a Collision review, and we're gonna skip Survivor Series.
Genuinely, I would rather just watch Biggie talk on the pre-show panel than all of Collision.
Oh, 100%. Oh my god.
Please, just give me Biggie. I want to see. I actually am really curious to see him on that pre-show panel. I want to see if they mention this New Day stuff. I'm sure they will,
That
and I'm very excited for that. Actually,
that's one thing I love about the whole New Day story, bro, is well, we know Big E's going to be there on Monday. But one thing I love about all
mm-hmm.
this, dude, is this man has been fucking radio silent about all of this New
Mm-hmm.
Day stuff. So to
Very
finally
curious
see
to see.
him yes, to finally see him react to this, I think it's going to be great.
It's gonna be very interesting. I'm actually very excited, intrigued in the pre-show just for that alone. Good lord.
I'm going to predict that Tony Khan's pen wins over my sanity because my sanity will be lost if I watch Collision.
Oh, it already is. It's lost every Wednesday night for me, man.
Eh,
So it
yeah, I'm gonna predict Tony Khan's mentality wins over my mental state for AEW because I'm so serious when I say this to you guys. I am a couple bad dynamites away from completely having the conversation with Sir K. And I think, judging off how he
oh,
talks
you
about
already
it, I
know
think
my
he's ready
answer.
for that conversation too. So
My answer is already yes. So it's up to you when we do that because trust me, I'm ready.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm genuinely a couple fucking bad dynamites away from this shit, bro. So,
Trust me. I can
oh
tell you the answer right now. You basically right now just pre-ordered my answer. It's yes. So whenever you hit the deal, whenever it drops, answer's already yes. You ain't gotta worry.
man, which
Cause
at this
goodbye.
point, at this point, I'm not gonna tell you guys. I have a timetable in my head, and I'm gonna see, and I'm really gonna see, and I have the timetable, man. I don't know. So,
Mhm.
anyways,
Very
Survivor series, bro. Or sorry, Survivor series.
Survivor Series, man. I love one thing I always love about predictions for WWE. What are we predicting? 4 or 5 matches?
Yeah. Yep.
Look at that, man. You don't gotta fucking predict 11 matches, and then there's gonna be 3 that we don't get to predict because they don't add them till the day of. Look at that.
The women's war games match. Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Camille Rodriguez, and Candice LeRae versus Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Bally, Io Sky, and Naomi.
Hmm.
Who do you got, bro?
Damn. But the Jade stuff, me. Damn. I genuinely. How many? What's the score between Liv and Rhea at this point? Do you happen to know?
I know Liv has beat her twice recently,
Okay.
and Rhea beat her in that Bash in Berlin match.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with a babyface win for this.
Okay, same. I'm predicting. I'm predicting. If you know, I'm predicting Rhea. I'm predicting Rhea pins Liv to get the match at Saturday main event.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think that's how it's all gonna go down, man. So, and I think it's gonna be good for the Jade related story that they did end up doing well without her, man. So, I think that could help that story. So, I say baby faces.
Yeah, and what are the odds we see a Tiffany cash in the cage?
We could. That'd be a good place to do it, man. They're trapped in the cage, man. And it could be like, oh, who's she's cashing in on right now? Because
Yep.
both the champs are in the ring.
Yep.
That could be a really cool moment. So I would definitely like that a lot.
Definitely. Definitely, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say the baby faces take this one, bro.
Okay.
With the next match for the US title, LA Knight versus Shinsuke Gothamora.
Gothamora, man, this is a difficult one, man. Oh
Shinsuke
man,
Nakamura.
literally, man. What's up, Durante? How you doing, man?
Yo,
This is a tough one. Oh man, so tight.
man.
It could go any way, man. It really could. Either way, I think I'm
Mm.
gonna knock out because Nakamura's on my screen. So, I mean, come on. Why is this on the pay-per-view in the first place? You couldn't have put, I don't know, a fucking tag team match. Either or. Genuinely Raw or SmackDown. I don't care. One of the fucking two on this show instead of this, man. So, obviously, fucking LA Knight.
Man, I'm really torn as well on who's gonna win this one, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. Could Nakamura finally realize his big moment in WWE?
Good
Um,
lord.
yeah, this is blatantly fucking obvious. This is
Mm-hmm.
blatantly obvious, and um, I'm gonna go LA Knight. So yes, Damien did try because Rhea came out, she ran out with the briefcase, and then that's when Orton's music hit.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
Rollins was in the match, so could be cool. Could be
It could
cool,
be
man.
cool. Definitely.
Um so with the next match, the Intercontinental Triple Threat, Lud versus Sheamus versus Braun Breaker. Man, this is another head scratcher too, man. Who wins this? This is an
Oh
obvious
man.
fucking Braun Breaker win.
Very obvious. Excited for the match, but very
Yeah.
obvious Brian Breaker win.
Yes, I'm excited to see these three guys. I'm excited to see these three guys go at it, man. I would have really loved, could you fucking imagine if Dragonoff was not hurt and
Oh,
Ludwig was replaced with Dragonoff and we got
the
Ilya
ultimate.
versus Braun versus Sheamus? They would have started fucking tweaking so hard, bro.
I say, bro, that would have been the fucking perk triple threat, dude. It would have been insane.
Oh,
Either way, it's gonna be a good match. I'm still excited, but dude,
yes.
Dragunov. Oh man, he's missed already, dude. I can't wait for him to come back, dude.
A
But
true tweaker, bro. True.
he really is, bro. Takes inspiration from the goat perk angle, dude. He really does. But definitely a Braun Breaker win.
Definitely. Definitely, man. All right, guys. For the next match, it's Damian Priest versus Gunther for your
Dude,
title at Survivor
gen-
Series.
I was seeing genuine tweets of people that want Damian Priest to not only win but
Same.
destroy Gunther.
Same.
That's insane.
We just talked
Dude,
about
Damian,
tweakers.
that's
Yeah.
Damian Priest fans and people that enjoyed his run, dude. This is dog
Tweakers,
shit.
bro.
He sucks. He sucks in this role. I'm sorry.
Look, Bell.
Hey, man. Hey, we love our punk. So
Yeah,
if we
look.
don't get punk, we will be angry.
Bell, see,
Look at the AEW fans. They haven't showed up to the show since.
that would have been the final straw for you and I. If I ever hear you dissing Chicago, okay?
That's where I draw the line.
That is where I draw the line. No,
I don't think they would have.
I don't think they would have either. I don't. I think people would have booed at the end of the show if Punk
When it
didn't
went
come
off
out, but
air.
it wouldn't have been
Mhm.
at Orton.
No, exactly. It wouldn't have been at Orton or when he came out. If we would have booed, it would have been when the show was going off air and we didn't get Punk. That's
Yeah,
when the crowd. You genuinely, the cameras probably wouldn't even see the booing because it would have been off
yeah,
camera.
100%.
So
It would have.
yeah.
People would have chanted Punk after the show, and it definitely
Mhm.
would have been our group. But those
Fuck.
people would have. Whoever these
Whoever those guys
Punk
are.
fans are, they would have booed very very hard. Our group was pissing people off as well, man. We were getting a lot of dirty looks for our CM Punk chants.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I'm a CM Punk guy. AEW might not be a fan of that, but
Yeah,
they might
they
blacklist
were
me.
once too, but not
They
anymore.
were ones, but then he left the company, so he's the devil, whatever. Classic AEW, man. But
Well, CM Punk, he was originally the devil in the devil storyline, according to AEW fans. You remember that? Remember? I forgot about that, dude. They were
he was
genuinely trying to say Punk was the devil.
Punk was the devil. Good lord. Oh, those fans are something else, man. But um, dude, if it's Damien, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, dude. Please don't make me.
Dude,
These WWE shows are the time I get to be happy, do a happy review, enjoy the show ends, you're happy, good show, goes off air. Dude, do not make me mad. I don't have to be mad in the fucking post show. I really don't.
yes, bro. These Damian Priest fans, I tweakers, bro. Fucking tweakers. If you want to see Damian Priest dethrone Gunther,
You need help.
you are a fucking madman. But I'll say this: after this, I need Gunther to start tweaking again, bro. I really do,
I,
because this is enough is enough with this pussy Gunther shit.
yeah, it's Gunther. I need him to fucking be him. I want him to go up to people for his challenge. I want him to whoop ass, dude. I want him to be on the I just want to fight mentality because he needs to. He needs to do that after they fucking made him look like an ultimate bitch. They
Yes,
really do.
he needs to be of that. I'm going to verbally destroy you, and then I'm
And
going
then
to
physically,
fucking physically destroy you because,
exactly.
like I said,
This
man, he needs to start tweaking again because this is enough. And I would not be opposed to him slaughtering Damian Priest. He probably won't because
he
they
should.
like Damian Priest, but
Hmm.
you know,
If I was booking it, I would have him slaughter Damian Priest. I would maybe if I was booking it. At this, obviously, I wouldn't have got it to that point where he looked like a bitch. But you're at this point where he looks like a bitch. So start off the match. Maybe Damian Priest is getting a decent amount, maybe more of the offense, and then it just snaps, and Gunther destroys him. Within a couple minutes, he's done. He's destroyed. He wins, man. It's got to happen in some form. But Gunther better not lose. I will lose my mind if he loses. And he needs to win, man, and he needs to be champ because I saw a tweet, man. It's so true. Time just flies when Gunther's a champ, dude. These long reigns, they really don't feel like long reigns at all, and you don't get a lot of people like that, man. So
yeah,
please keep it on him.
yeah, and his world heavyweight championship reign thus far has just been uh you know their use of him. I mean, it started
There is
off
that
good, man, but their use of him, man, it just hasn't. It
really
hasn't
don't.
quite lived up to the IC title stuff, which I know that's pretty big shoes to fill, but I think it's their handling of them or their
Yeah,
handling of him. Like I said,
that is
man,
a
he
point.
he needs to start tweaking again, bro. He avenged the loss to Sammy, and he avenged the Mania loss to Sammy. Why he turned into a fucking goof after that, I have no idea. But Damian Priest, he needs to beat him clean because if we have Finn Balor out there to cost, if we have Balor out there to cost Damian again, I'm a little scared Gunther is going to move on with this pussy mentality, and that is just not it, bro. It's weak as fuck.
Really fucking weak, and it's not for Gunther. And Damian Priest is not the guy to do it with. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no doubt about it, bro. So that is the that is my prediction for this match. Look, man, I'm
With
sorry,
Bell.
though. I got to stand 10 toes down, bro. This man Damian Priest, you know, towards the end of the world title reign, I thought they ended it at a good time. They ended it when it was at its most hot, so people could look
Hmm.
back on it fondly. Okay, so people didn't look at it as overstaying its welcome, which it did, but it didn't. They worked
Exactly.
around it
Hmm.
again by having it end at its hottest. And these promos, bro. I mean, this guy is not it. I'm sorry. I'm
He's
sorry,
not
bro.
it. He's horrible. Dude, them promos are so ass, bro. He is
Survivor
just
Series.
survive a series. I'm not gonna survive another fucking promo from this dude if he's in this main event scene, dude. He's a lower mid Carter in his current role, dude. I'm sorry.
Yep. Yes, I'm going Gunther, and if I had the pen, this man is mopping the fucking floor
Mm-hmm.
with
Mopping.
Damian Priest.
Yep.
The main event, the Bloodline versus the Bloodline. Well, more specifically, the OG Bloodline and CM Punk versus the Bloodline and Bronson Reed.
Mm.
You know, I really love that Solo went out and just got a killer. Like
Please
Bronson
don't.
Reed. You know what I'm saying?
No. No,
Oh,
please stop saying anything
dude, he's an
in that
unbeatable killer. He's got this
fucking
killer vibe. You know?
killer
Bronson Reed.
vibe.
He's a killer. You know?
He's a killer. Yeah. Good Lord, please.
One bullet point I want to mention. So, obviously, you know, we've brought up the point before of like Kevin Owens is going to be really pissed off to see Sammy over here fucking with the Bloodline again, right?
Mhm.
You know who else Kevin Owens doesn't like that just so happens to now be on this team? The guy that fought
Yeah,
his boys.
the guy that used to make fun of him for his weight back in ROH. Fucking CM Punk.
Yep.
Man,
Now
yeah.
he's teaming with CM Punk. I honestly think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn could very well be your Mania match.
Oh, I think it might be at this point. You're building it up. You could be building this up crazy right now.
Yep.
That man it's building up for for Kevin Owens to hate Sami Zayn to his core. And it's
Either
gonna be great.
either that or they're going to skim by each other. Kevin
Mm-hmm.
Owens is going to, whether it's at the beginning of next year or in the summer of next year, get his hands on the WWE Championship, and we see Sami Zayn win that motherfucker at next year's at Mania 42.
That would be beautiful. I would love that.
I could that could be something that they could very well do, bro. But honestly, man, here I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to go ahead and give this to the OG Bloodline, and I think this sparks The Rock to come back and reveal himself as pulling the strings behind all of this. And who's to say he doesn't kick Solo out for losing this War Games match?
That could be very true. Maybe he goes back to the OGs. Maybe he learned his lesson. Maybe he has to prove to the OGs,
That he's a killer.
I'm gonna be with you. Yeah, God. Okay. Um, but I like that man. The final boss. He was pulling the strings. The final boss. I was pulling the strings the whole time. I
It
can't
was
wait,
me.
dude. It was me. It was the final boss. The final string of everything.
It was me.
Great.
I was in this
It
bitch.
was. I was in this bed. He's
I'm
gonna
the
say some
killer.
shit like I'm the killer. Okay, and you killed me. Um, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited for all that to transpire. I like all of this. Tony Khan, take notes. This is how one big story can connect to other stories. Very simple to do, man. But I'm excited, and I feel
Uh,
like it might be the OGs that are gonna win this. I think now with the addition of Punk and what it means for the new bloodline to lose, and with all the losing the OGs were doing before this, I think it's gonna be an OG bloodline victory.
definitely, Sir K. We gotta stop. We gotta stop giving. We gotta stop giving creative suggestions, bro. We give fucking Tony Khan too many freebies.
Oh, we do. I mean, he's never gonna take them, so
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, carry on, I guess. Um,
he's never gonna take the advice. He's Tony Khan.
yes. So, final prediction for me, man. I'm going with the OG Bloodline and CM Punk.
Definitely, same.
So that is that. As yes, those are your predictions for Survivor Series. Survivor Series 2024. Man, I think it's gonna be a great show. I think it's going to be a great show, and I'm so excited, man. Tomorrow night for the Survivor Series review, which you guys can catch us on directly after the show goes off the air. With the post-show review, your boys will be here talking Survivor Series with you, man. Talking WWE television for the final pay-per-view and the final pay-per-view review this year for WWE, man. So it's going to be a good time, and I'm excited for it. And yeah, man, with that, that is going to do it for this edition of NHP. Another edition of the Newsman. This has been episode 242. And with that, yeah, man, that is going to do it for this edition of the news. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. And also, man, thank you guys so much for 450 subscribers, man. Thank you guys truly from the bottom of my heart. And thank you guys for everybody that stopped by, man. Logan, Bell, Durante, Hunter, Vinny, thank you guys so much for joining us, bro. As well as my guys on the Replay Mafia. And it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny.
And I, Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of NHP. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all tomorrow night with the Survivor Series War Games 2024 official NHP post-show review.
Peace.